See you Monday. Shalom lunes.
I'll see you on Monday. Goodbye.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. That means good evening, right?
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Either way, it all sounds like you're about to get off.
Just wanted to get on here to say good night. Good night. Just wanted to remind you that we love you and we're going to bed. So we'll see you guys soon. That's what we're here for. Sam, grab me a hat, please.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What's up, Justin Ridlin?
I'm crying.
Bro, Walmart used to sell this knife.
Walmart.
They used to stock this knife, and this knife is excellent.
Excellent.
It's excellent. The back, you can like spark stuff super good with it, and it came like shaveable sharp out the box, and it was like $10. What's up, Lonnie? My brother.
What?
How's Louisiana, bro? What's the temperature like down there? Oh, okay. Fishermen. There it is. Hominy. What's up, Nathan? Mr. Henderson. I don't know what I'm doing on the internet right now, except for I'm going to tell you guys all about it, okay? Y'all need to know. That's it. We're gonna do some stuff. Yep. There's Tuna. Jerry. Yee.
That says Jeremy.
Yep. Huh?
That says Jeremy.
I said Tuna and Jeremy.
You said Jerry.
That's what I said. Jerry. Jeremy.
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 It's the same thing.
That's what I said.
All right.
Okay, good night.
I just got on here to tell y'all good night. Yeah, man. I was going through. I'm gonna give you guys a little tour for the early birds. Get to see it.
Empty.
My Spitznab shovel.
Empty.
I modified this so that it fit that shovel. So my bye-bye bag. I got some
bracelets,
repair stuff on here, some climbing gear rated for humans. Yeah, it's in the backpack frame. Internal frame.
Says and fellowship.
And fellowship. That's it. Yeah. Word. What's in here? Is anything in here? No, I think I took most everything out. Wait, what's this? Something's in here. Trashola.
What does CH stand for? Oh, that's an O?
Uh-huh. Well, anyhow, I was going through this bag, and I found some goodies.
A veil. It's a veil.
No,
you can't see me.
Pick up more.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
I found some stuff on this that's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Notice there's some rubber bands inside of it for attaching.
Attaching to these.
Attaching rubbish, brush, and things.
Rubbish? That sounds like garbage.
Some damn rubbish.
Is it rubbish? Trash?
Yeah, trash all over.
Rubbish. That's not the right word. Rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
There's a fire kit in here, and it's a waterproof container.
Because you put tape on it?
No, because it's got a rubber seal. Got some bracelets. These are kind of small, but these are rated for really high, so they're actually pretty tough. This is one of my favorites, though. Stand by.
What is it for?
That's what it's for.
Just camo? Your face?
It's a veil. for the bride. Kisses?
Oh my God.
No? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Gay!
I'll be honest with you. I miss the fact that Walmart doesn't sell this particular knife,
Me?
at least where I'm at. This knife came
No.
uber duper sharp, and it's light. It's pretty thick, full tang, really grippy rubber grip,
Just a cool tang.
and full tang. And then it strikes
tang.
ferro rod excellent too. Actually, this one out of the box for $10 at Walmart, you could shave with it.
Tang.
Legit, but they don't sell them anymore. So
What
sad,
were you saying?
sad face. What else was in this thing?
Snake.
Enough of this,
Yellow.
which this is actually climbing rope. Enough of this to make a Swiss seat. Bankage line. This stuff's great. This the wax kind. Yeah, it's got a little wax to it.
That was my turn again.
Yeah, bank line. When you get bank line, like get the good stuff that's not too thin, and the wax coated stuff is like the best. What else did I have in there? I had one of these doohickeys.
Prove you can shave with it. I want bare legs, Justin Ridland said.
Come over, bro. You can shave with me.
Oh my god.
I don't remember.
Quality Walmart there. Wait, here in England, it's what does that say? I can't read. I'm reading sideways.
Well, then get your phone out, bro.
I'm
This
busy.
is, I think this is about 100 foot. Yeah, it's about 100 foot of some super cheap 550. It's probably not even 550. It's probably like 120 cord.
Smart thinking.
And then these guys, so when you got to build a bag, construction grade trash bags, put more than one in there. They're super helpful. You make flotation devices out of them,
Flotation
make
device.
all kinds of stuff.
A trash can.
You know those cheap little signs that people like put up for they put them up for all the reasons, for like vote for this guy or yard sale, and they're like thick. They got like this. Well, you can make sheaths, gun holsters. This is actually this one right here is for holding a shovel, and then you can tie the shovel to it and tie it to your bag. So like you can make stuff out of this stuff. And what else is in there? Oh, all weather writing supplies, glue sticks, sewing kits. You know, TJ says that all the time. Sewing kits are really good. I got this little doohickey here, and it's got these little picks.
For my teeth?
Yeah, in case you need to like get something out of your dentures.
I need tent peg.
Yeah, these are
Red.
they're actually super helpful for all kinds of reasons. I had
Your turn.
ratio in there. I had a reel in there that got like the bail on it got bent super far down. I probably could fix that. There we go.
I'm making a mess on this.
What else did I have in there? That was good stuff. Oh.
Have you guys seen The End of the World? Oh, was that for boxing? Ow, my shoulder. Give me it.
No, you can't have it.
Let me have it.
To be honest with you, I cannot remember what
Let
I
me have
made
it.
this for.
Let me have it.
I have
Just
no
swing
idea.
it at me. I gotta see if I can hit it.
But whatever.
This is safe. This is not dangerous. Wait, that's dangerous. Let me please swing it at me.
This right here,
My turn?
this is, I think it's a,
I don't know.
It's like a
Mexican
10 by-
radio.
it's like a 10 by
I'm on my
something.
Mexican.
One side's like
Radio.
nylon, the other side's like rubber, and it's super lightweight.
Rubber grommets.
But I think this is like a 8x10 tarp.
Red.
But it's probably half the weight of a normal tarp, which is excellent. And this is like a stripped down pack. Yeah, stripped down. Here, I'll show you guys.
Man.
So it's got adjustments on the shoulder, the waist. It's got little packages, and then back here, it's got water bottle holders. and then you can take inside of this, can fish out your bladder and then hook it
That
in
sounds
here.
painful.
No problem. And then when it's
Fish out your
all the
bladder
way
and
loaded,
there?
it does. You can hold it all here. It does pretty good, and then you can adjust where this pack sits too. And I'll be honest with you, this is not a really expensive pack. Did I sneak something in here? Oh, I
It's
did.
your turn, sister.
I don't know what it is. I'll show you just in case it's upsetting. What is that?
It's a bonnet.
Oh, I remember.
It is a bonnet. It's a giant bonnet.
Yeah, it's a bonnet. Okay. I mean, somebody on here knows what this is.
I want to know what it is. Hold on, I have to guess.
You have to guess what this is?
It's a bonnet.
Well,
It's for a
I'll tell
tire?
you.
Hold on.
This is.
It's a tire cover.
A tire cover would be a good guess.
It is. Well, what it is a pack, a rucksack cover. It's waterproof.
Oh, nice.
Waterproof, but the problem is this one did not cover this rucksack. This is like a 50 liter maybe, and that's 70
Well, you can give it to me then.
liter. You want that?
I
Your
don't know.
bonnet?
It's a big old bonnet.
You want to say hi to the people?
No, in my pajamas.
Put your bonnet on. There you go.
I'm ready for bed.
Night. You got your shower cap on there?
Night.
All right. Oh,
aliens
hey,
away.
sir.
right.
Eric Brooks, what's up, bro?
I did that to myself.
Who else is on here? Oh, encouraging community. What's up, yo?
What in the world? Oh my goodness gracious, girl. This is not working. Yikes.
Yeah, Radio.
Radio.
Yeah, Radio.
I'm on a Mexican radio.
Wyatt's on here. There's a bunch of people on here. What's up, y'all?
I'm on a Mexican
Hey, Sus.
Hey, Sus.
Sus.
Hey, Sus.
Hey, Sus.
Hey.
Hey, Sus.
God.
Hey, Sus. She's like suspect.
Sus. What's up, Sus?
What's up? What's
Tell
up?
Sus I said
What's
hi.
up?
What's up?
Tell Sus I said hi.
You guys should learn a little bit of land nav and do pace counts
Is it my turn or your turn?
because they're excellent. It is. What? Asada?
They said, look, they
I
said,
love Asada.
no, not that. It says,
What?
no.
Huh?
Nope. Wrong.
It doesn't say that?
Quality Walmart there. Here in England, it's Asda.
Oh, yeah?
Asda supermarket.
Nice. Walmart's not quality.
And then they said, you're all good. Didn't know you hadn't heard of Asda. Who's
Who?
winning in Uno? At this point, we both have so many cards in our hand. It's
Actually,
ridiculous.
We're
I only
doing
have
it.
5.
Oh, dang. Okay, well, I have so many cards in my hand. It's ridiculous.
Oh, by the way, it's your turn.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm doing this soon. I might make some videos on it because I got to do pace count again. I might show you guys how to do pace count through a bunch of different scenarios. I had one of the most priceless pieces of information jotted down, and I don't know what happened to it. So I got sad face right now.
It's ADD.
But I had my pace count for probably 15 different scenarios, like barefoot, with one shoe on, with weight, with a stick, in the dark, blindfolded. I had my pace count for all these different things, and
Oh.
it's vanished into the etho. So now, and pace count matters
So,
if you're using ranger beads, doing land nav.
my turn?
Super important because you got to know how far you've gone to be able to use to be able to track if you're off or not, and how long it's going to take you. So yeah,
Oh, man.
Green.
it's super helpful. What time is it here?
It's time for lunch. What time is it? It's lunchtime.
7:15 at night, p.m.
That
You
was
know.
such a weird way to word that.
7:15 at night, you know,
Yeah.
PM. Well, PM.
On a PM times.
Yeah, we got that old PM. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have a pouch.
I need the boys to make me my tea.
Oh, you remember Adam O's Knife Company? What it's called? Shit, man, I cannot
I
remember.
didn't even know he had a company.
He does.
I thought he did that for fun.
No, bro. How much work it takes to make something
So
like that?
he's like stubborn rods, but with knives.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does he epoxy?
Does he epoxy?
I mean, do the knives have epoxy?
No.
1:15 a.m. in the
Australia.
morning. Go to sleep, Eric Brooks.
Yeah, it's night time.
Stop scrolling.
Did we have what's up, Ben Neverman? Just got done doing Bible study on Baird and Penning it. I had a feeling to check, and here you are. Word. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Justin Ridley said I froze a nipple off today, the left one. How did you manage that? Did you stick it up against the frozen pole?
You didn't freeze it off, bro. Yeah, it's still there. And if you did freeze it off, I want pics. And you got my number, so send it. Oh, happy second night of Hanukkah to you. And shalom. Yeah, buddy.
I wonder if everybody's on the same calendar when it comes to Hanukkah.
I don't know, but I
Like, is
imagine
it like the rest
probably.
of the feast days where like every,
No,
or is it like got its own date?
No, the Yehudims doing it. They have it. They just whenever they do it every year. It doesn't because it's tradition. It doesn't have to have an exact. They have it around this time is when they do it. So, you know, I did a video recently, guys, and it was titled. The thumbnail was Lawlessness, and then I think the title was if you're a Christian, if you believe in Jesus, you should watch this. And we talked about the lawlessness being used in the Bible. I am so shocked on how many people
think you're going to hell for trying to obey God.
Yeah, that got it so twisted that if you try to keep the commandments, even the law, it never says, nowhere in the Bible does it say we don't keep the law except for Paul's writings out of context. But somehow, most of Christianity has made this huge doctrine around it. And I'm like, you know, the biblical definition of sin is transgressing the law. That's what sin is. So how would you be so mad that I'm trying not to transgress the law and abuse the grace that Messiah died for? Because people want to think sin's everything except for that. Sin's everything. It's all these other things, but it's not that. And then they're like, well, it's the two great laws, the two great commands. That's all we got to keep. And it's like, dude, do you realize that if that was the truth, we would have a lawless Messiah, which is not biblical. And it blows my mind how many internet trolls are like, you're denying you're got a false doctor demon. I'm like, whoa, bro. I'm sharing so that people can read for themselves and see what it says. And I'm giving you enough verses and context with the verses, but people don't want to let go of their own doctrine. They just want to hold on to it. They got it figured out. They don't need to learn nothing else. That's it. It's ludicrous. What's up, Jennifer Lowe?
So rude. Oh no, I have to shuffle. Hold on, stack that up neatly for me. Oh, okay, cool. I can put them down. I've asked this question so many times. Do you believe in God or have faith in God? Yes. You want to answer that, man?
Do you believe in God or have faith in God? Well, belief is faith. If it evolves into action, because faith without what is this thing?
Show me your little camera.
Not right now. Because faith isn't a feeling or a thought. It's not just a something in here. It's something that it requires action. Because faith without works is dead.
To believe you need evidence. Faith is hope.
No, to believe you don't need evidence. I believe in Messiah. I don't have any physical evidence. I've got the scriptures which tell me about it.
Well, and personal experience.
I have experience, but there's no tangible evidence.
Yeah, there's no proof, like scientific proof.
Nobody else on the planet would be affected by what had happened to me. Now you may hear it and love the testimony, but it wouldn't necessarily. It wasn't your experience.
Mom, is this your deck?
No. All right, you're up, Sid.
So, I think that it's crazy. Sam Bam, will you go find me a Bible somewhere? Because I want to read.
Yes, sir.
I think it's crazy that simple verses that most Christianity sweeps underneath the rug, that they don't have an explanation for it, or the explanation is that they have to read between the lines and go to all these other things, but never really
go to seminary school.
Never really answer this question. What does it mean if Jesus says that we are supposed to keep the law? If the Bible says that, are we supposed to keep it? If he says, until heaven and earth pass away, could he mean that? Or do you think it means something totally different? But people immediately go to, well, nobody can keep the law. We know this. But breaking the law is not lawful, which is lawless. And Yeshua says, many people will come in my names, saying they did all these mighty, wonderful works, casting out demons in my name. And he's going to say what to them? He's going to depart from me, for I never knew you workers of lawlessness. Why would he say such a thing?
I can't find it.
Even if
Mommies are yours. I don't care.
Even if it was a placebo effect, it still is producing tons of fruit and growth and change and freedom and healing. And I would rather have a placebo effect that can offer all of that and then die and then nothing happens, rather than avoid trying it because I don't believe in it, and then it really turns out that it does matter in the end.
What does Jesus... Hold on. Read the bottom one.
Does Jesus told you to betray your best allies for convenience? What? No.
No, hell no. That's not my Messiah. Thank you, love.
You're welcome.
Mine's actually in the truck. It's out there in the truck in the dark.
I'm not going to get it.
Good. Let's see.
Why you betrayed NATO then? First of all, we didn't. We don't even know NATO.
We're not America, bro. We're Israel.
Also, we're not political at all.
Yeah, also, this is a Bible talk, bro, not a world talk. You can talk about world stuff.
Plenty of political channels.
We go somewhere totally different. Even worse. Well, we'll leave you on there for a minute until you get annoying, and then we'll rapture you out of the chat. But this one can go bye-bye, right?
Goodbye.
Now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
27 people watching. All right. Somebody in the chat asked me some kind of Bible question.
I'm an atheist, but I admit Christianity really can save people from their vices. But it's not Christianity, is the thing.
What's up, Viking man?
It's not the church. It's not the religion. It is a personal relationship with the one who can save them.
I don't have a favorite verse. I do have a bunch of verses that I like. I don't necessarily have a favorite one. I do have it's in Proverbs, and it says, forsake not my law, or it says, He goes, I give you good doctrine, forsake not my law. And I like that. Also like Psalms 119. There's a bunch of them.
Yellow.
Ugh. How rude.
I don't feel like celebrating Christmas here. Lost my mom 11 years ago, dad 6 years ago, my brother 5 months ago because 2 pit bulls killed him.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You don't want to celebrate Christmas anyhow, because if you look up the roots of that, it has nothing to do with Jesus and everything to do with demigods.
Blue.
Also,
No matter what we want to say it means to us, it doesn't. It's not biblical.
Also, we don't know what Psalms chapter 1 verse 19 is, but the one he's referencing is Psalm chapter 119.
Yeah, 119 and the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's the longest Psalms in the whole Bible. Matter of fact, I think it's the longest. It's the longest book in the whole Bible.
Girl, can you not? Oh dear. Okay, go for it, sis. My hand is a mess now. You're good. Eric,
Oh,
Eric, you're all good, dude. That's what we're here for. We're chilling. We hang out,
I know.
talk random questions, stuff like that. We like
huge bear hug.
We like the curious.
Yeah, no Merry Christmas here. We don't do that. We don't do it because you can't find it in the Bible. Revelation 6:8. Let's see what it says. Revelation 6:8. One of mine in Revelations is Revelations 14:12. Look that one up really quick. It's awesome. Revelation 6. Come on, fingers. Fingers, dude, your Bible's super brand new, Sam, man.
I know.
I don't even think these pages have been opened up yet.
They have.
Not to Revelations.
No, because I haven't got that far to read the Bible.
Where's that? Says 8. 6:8. Why would that be your favorite one? 6:8.
Water boiling?
I was wondering why. Why would 6:8 be your favorite verse, dude? That's wild.
What's it say?
It's talking about the fourth seal, I think.
What is up with all these lives doing Bible readings and prayers tonight? Man, it must be something in the air. It's probably time for you to figure out what it all means. Give it a shot. Give it a shot, man. Why not?
Brazil, right
I
on.
studied Mormons and Freemasonry for a long time. I have my own opinions of them, as was in both for many years. Yeah, both those are super sketchy. Do not recommend.
Yeah. What's people that claim to be super duper like into Christianity, that I have no doubt love Jesus and love God and love the Holy Spirit, but they do not want to hear biblical truths. They refuse to.
They
and
stick their fingers in their ears.
Yeah, their hearts are so hardened to anything that they possibly could be wrong about. And it makes me ludicrous that there's that much deception. And what's up, Journey John? What's up, Sheila?
Thank you. You're so sweet. She brought me tea.
That's why it's the timer.
Thank you.
Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah. Revelation 6:8.
Might be hungry.
I know what it is.
He's just wondering why is that your favorite verse?
And I looked and I saw the green horse, and he who sat on it had the name Death, and Sheol followed after him, and the authority was given to him over a fourth of the earth to kill with the sword and hunger and with death by the beasts of the earth. So why that's your favorite, I have no clue. You got a biz ounce. Why, bro? You got work?
Lame.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Weak sauce, bro. Should hang out for a while.
Be a lot cooler if you didn't.
No, haven't read that one.
My turn?
Yeah, incorporates Christians' beliefs. I doubt it.
Your turn.
So modern day Christians, like
turn.
there's 40-something thousand different denominations, which is one of my big problems with it. That's division. There's no unity in that. Well, these guys got it right, these guys got it wrong, this, that, and this doctrine and that doctrine. I'm over it. Just read the Bible in black and white and do what it says. That's it.
If God did it, it shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, and it's the same. It's consistent. It all has the Bible. When you walk out what the Bible says to do, it has to line up. So if you read or take a verse out of context, you can make it say what you want. So context is really key.
What's up, Kim?
Yeah, and
Hi,
I
Kim.
think, well, the first seal does that for me. Peace being taken from the earth so that people would slay one another. That's the first seal. That's Revelations 6:2, the white horse.
Your turn.
What's up, Kim? And I'll be honest with you. I think that if you haven't watched it, you're not sub to this channel, go watch. You'll see it in the thumbnail. It says Lawlessness. Watch that video because it's going to give you some verses
Oh my gosh.
to look into that's going to change your whole
I
mindset.
didn't even tell him about it. Okay,
Who?
so Kim messaged me today. Hold on. She's
what-
like, hey man, so this verse sure sounds like it's saying that you can eat whatever. But it's like as simple as like one word. Like it's like you read it as if one of the words is flipped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was oh I got it. Where is it? However you may slaughter and eat meat within any of your towns as much as you desire, according to the blessing of the Lord your God that he has given you. The unclean and the clean may eat of it, as of the gazelle and as of the deer. But it sounded like when you just like read it,
You can eat the unclean?
it's like, yeah, she's
That's
like,
not what
how
it
come it
says.
says that you can eat the unclean and the clean? And I had to read it and like multiple times before I was like, oh, the unclean and the clean may eat of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's very like, it's like if you know what the Bible says, if you know what truth is, and when you come across a moment like that, you're like, something's wrong
You too,
here.
Viking man. What's up? Not as tactical.
How long did it take you to do stuff for?
A long time. Took me a long time. So here's the thing. Step 4, for a lot of people, they don't quite know exactly what to write. I think it's important as a sponsor to sit down and help them do their 4-step.
Red.
You make the list of the names and the cause, but when it comes to how it affects you, you don't freaking know, dude. You don't even know yourself, and it depends because everybody's a little bit different. I mean, you could
Your turn.
probably get some of it, but you're not going to get it all. So when you do the 5th,
You have
the
yellow.
5th needs to be ironing out actually how it affects. Because if you say, well, this is what it affects, your sponsor should know, well, I know that would affect more than just that. And so there has to be a lot of diving in and course correction to really iron out causes and conditions on that.
It took me a long time too, because mine, 6 weeks deep and maybe 100 entries. There's a lot. Like if it's your first time doing a 4-step, there should be like a lot.
1,500 authors
There should be a lot.
wrote the Bible. I think, right? Is that what it was?
I don't know. I don't know numbers.
No, 68 authors over something like 1,500 years. There's a lot. Lots of people.
I don't
But
do numbers.
it's the inspired word of the Creator. And the reason that you know that is because it lines up. If you read it in context, there's no
Contradictions.
There's no contradictions, but most I'm going to just say, if not all, Christianity takes a huge portion of the New Testament way out of context, which is mostly Paul's Episcopals, all his letters to the churches. And to make a doctrine out of one half of the information that we have is ludicrous. Makes me want to say cuss words because let's say we're in say we're in Thessalonians, right? So this church Thessalonia, right? And they're writing to that church.
Hanukkah.
Yeah, that one. So let's say they're writing to that church, right? Paul's writing to it, which is what we have. We have his letter to that church. You know what we don't have? We don't have the information or the letter that he received that he's responding to. And so assumptions, we know what he's talking about is wrong because his writings are very deep and hard to understand. And I think that part of the confusion in it is that he's speaking about we're not like under the law of Judaism, but there's a huge difference between the man-made law, the rabbinical teachings, which is Judaism. It's the traditions of how to keep the law properly according to the rabbis, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, right? So it's according to them. So that's what Judaism is. It's the man-made doctrine or tradition on how to do the Bible properly.
Look, you took her seat.
Huh?
You took her seat.
You're gonna have to wait, yo. No.
She's like, where do I belong?
So the difference is that people don't understand the difference between Judaism and the law that was given from God to Moses to Israel, right? Israel was who the law was given for. It was given from God through Moses to deliver to Israel. And I think that for me, if it says that these are forever through all your generations, forever, right? And then you see it in the Gospels when Jesus is speaking, Yeshua, and he's saying, until heaven and earth pass away, not the smallest mark will be done away with from the law. Even though he fulfilled the law. And what he did was, when you messed up, you used to get stoned to death. And now when you mess up, you don't get stoned to death. And so...
And not everybody got stoned to death, but Yah's people...
Yeah.
If they messed up.
Yeah. And there's a lot. And being cut off is like a huge thing.
Yeah, it definitely has been changed over time by different translations and stuff, but the information that we have right now is so readily available to be able to figure out what it actually says.
That's the cool thing, because that's a great question. As a matter of fact, if you're going to study the Bible, you need to understand that English is a terrible translation of the original Bible. English sucks. It does not translate well from Hebrew and Greek. It just doesn't. It's crappy. And the fact that people are like, oh, King James, it's the only Bible. Bro, you're out of your mind. For one, nobody speaks in medieval times anymore. It's just, it's not good. And if you do research into it, you can also see that the word Easter was added to it. It's not in the original manuscript. And there was a lot of political stuff going on with the King James Bible, which we don't need to get into. There's not a great translation. So what you end up having to do, no matter how many translations you read or go through, what you end up having to do, this one I got is called The Scriptures. It's from the Institute of Scripture Research. What you end up having to do is you have to start learning some of the original language, which is going to be Hebrew and Greek, so that you can decipher the difference between the English translated word, which is like, I'll give you a couple of instances. One, the word holy in Hebrew. What does it mean in Hebrew versus what is it translated to? The simplicity in Hebrew, it means set apart. And so us saying holy, like most people are like, they think holy means this one thing. And yes, it has some value to it. And yes, it kind of means that. But it really means to be set apart. It means to be set aside, special for him. And that's what it means. Another word is in Hebrew.
Ruach.
Oh yeah, Ruach, the spirit,
wind,
which means
breath,
winds, breath,
spirit.
yeah, all kinds of stuff. And I think that there's a lot of cool stuff that you can look up in its original language that will actually help you understand more.
Well, even the names too. Like if Yehoshua is like his name is like Yah is salvation or something, right?
Yeah.
But like then you also have like Yeremiyahu and Eliyahu. They all have Yah. Like you, like their name meant something that involved the name, like the father's name in it. Like it was like, I don't know. Well, anyways, but even the names lose impact by translating it to like, oh, Matthew, Jeremiah.
So I think that a lot of the stuff too, like even the word law. Why did they translate that word, which is Torah? Why did they translate it into law? Because law is only one part of the definition in Hebrew of what that word means. So law is part of the translation of the word Torah, which is what it is in Hebrew.
So there's a guy.
And there's also the first part of that definition is instructions, which is more palatable for most of us outlaws. Somebody asked a question.
How do you reconcile God killing kids? Hold on, and then says because there was babies and toddlers on the planet during the flooding, and how was the children a threat to the supposedly all-powerful being?
Okay, so he was not a threat to the all-powerful being, but if you read in Genesis, I think it's in Genesis 6, it talks about angels taking wives and with the women of men, basically. And there was some
Human women.
and there was some inbreeding going on, which was creating like demigods.
Crossbreeding,
yeah. And angels are not like people; they're like super, super strong, super big. And that's outside of his creation, which would be kind of an abomination. It'd be like me and you crossbreeding with a pig or with a donkey or something, like that's an abomination. That's the same reason when you mix a donkey and a horse, you get a mule, but it can't procreate. So it's not the way that he designed it.
Well, it also says like don't.
And so he wiped out all of the BS from that.
It says don't breed different animals, right? And it says don't sow your fields with two types of seeds. Like it's all about keeping the
balance
DNA clean.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of corrupted flesh out there that wasn't supposed to be created.
Yeah, and I think that it's interesting that most people that have a problem with the Bible are hung up on a few things that they don't understand the biblical concepts because they're not looking at the whole picture. There's a lot of studying you have to do because if you just logically try to do this, it doesn't work because the Bible is spiritually discerned, and that's the part that people without the Spirit try to read this. They're like, "Oh, it's nonsense." Well, it's just the way it is, man.
I mean, it says these things are foolishness to, what does it say? To people because they're spiritually discerned.
Yeah.
So, like, if you read through just a part
it says to the world, I think.
I was going to say it, but I wasn't sure. Have you drank any water today? I have drank more water than I normally do, but not enough for sure.
Probably a third of a gallon.
But I've had like a pot of coffee, so
not enough because I think I've had some pot and coffee too.
There's a lot of water in the coffee.
I said pot and coffee. I'm joking.
And then you do any fishing?
I do. Not as much as I want. I'm actually, if the world doesn't end or if things work out, I'm going to try to be in a fishing guide on Lake Texoma at some point. But I've got a lot of research to do, and yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I got to get done on the boat. And it takes time to build a business, so it'll be rough.
You're going to have to go out there, though. Maybe you should do that tomorrow.
I can't. I got other stuff.
Take that out there.
I can't. I don't have the gas money to get down there.
Although it's down to the individual what they choose to believe in. That is personal preference. I mean, yeah, everybody has the freedom of choice. but we choose Yeshua because we've experimented with multiple different
Well,
aspects of spirituality, and each one of them opened doors to worsening
hold on. So
instead of bettering.
I'm gonna tell you, Eric Brooks. I would say that's really what's wrong with humanity is that humanity always messes stuff up. And no matter how good of people we have, somehow we mess it up. Like America, when it started, there was a bunch of good idea fairies, and it sounded really good, and it was probably good for a time, and then government, and then which is people. So people wrecked it. People killed all the Native Americans. I mean, it's just people do terrible stuff. So people mess it up. So I don't put my faith in people for sure. But if we all just pick whatever we want to believe freely, um, there's no there's no unity in that, and that's the problem with 40 something thousand different Christian denominations. We can't just pick and choose, man. It's like all or nothing.
It's either true or it's not.
Yeah, it's either biblical or it's not biblical, and I can't get behind everybody just on their own page with stuff.
Where did it go? But never mind. It said, been sick for 2 weeks. I drank so much cough syrup, I almost dropped a rap album.
Sipping on that scissor. Nice.
Naughty Dreadlock said, I've been looking for some new ways to catch amberjack here in Bermuda.
Oh, man. I would love to be down there.
What's amberjack?
Amberjack? It's like, they look the same as, I can't think of it. It's basically like a silverfish that kind of has a blunt looking face.
Are they clean?
But yeah, I think they're clean. And then their tail, though, looks like a tuna kind of.
Little tunas.
Yeah. I don't think they're little, dude. I think they're big. Or maybe it's permits that are big. Because I think amberjack and permit look very similar. Do they got scales? I guess that's the question. Do they have scales at all, or do they just have skin?
Where's Bermuda? Mississippi?
No, Bermuda is like down. Map it because it's down. I think it's
grow up to 30 feet and has scales.
Yeah.
Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah. That's the same area. But I think it's down
North
the
Carolina?
Florida, or is
no?
It's off the coast. I don't remember where it's at.
It's nowhere.
It is nowhere.
Oh, it's all nowhere by itself, right? There, look, it's just like here it is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's an island.
It's not even an island, is it?
I don't know.
It's just water body. Was it?
You're on the wrong map, homie. Apple Maps are boo boo.
Oh, look! I see some green. Look at that. Look at that. Look.
Yeah.
Some green there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I couldn't even imagine. That would be so stressful. That would be very stressful.
Yeah, bro. I would love that. What's up, Sportfish Texoma? I was just talking about coming down there, maybe. Yeah, that sounds amazing. What kind of tea is that?
Sleepy time tea.
Can I try it? It's not that boo-boo shit, right?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah, I like that one. You working this week, bro? Mr. John?
Caught one bottom fishing a few days back. We need to get more of the echinacea one, the silky one.
Yeah, I need to go. I need to take the boat out. It's gonna be nice for a little bit. I think.
Wait, no, pick it up.
Yeah, I go first.
Yeah, but you don't get to lay all that down because I have cards to play.
Yeah, but I go first. Then
yeah, cold fishing those like my jam, bro. I like it when it's cold out. Nothing I can't change around, my dude. Hey man, I might call you after the stream. We might have to do something here pretty quick because it sure beats being home and depressed.
Damn it! Left me with 10.
You want to go fishing? Hey,
6, 7,
All right.
Hey,
I'm putting her on camera.
stop it.
John wants to know if you want to go
See
fishing.
my side fat.
Sammy, say hi to
Hi.
him.
Alright, I had to pick up 10
I love
cards.
saltwater fishing, bro. I started fishing the West Coast, and I fell in love with it. Most of my saltwater fishing's been in the San Francisco Bay,
Nathan says hi, Sammy.
but a little bit
Which
off the
The dogs.
coast of Oregon and Washington and Alaska. So
Blue.
yeah, yep.
Make yellow.
Can you not, ma'am?
Exactly.
No friends in Uno.
Exactly. See that one on the bottom there? That's what I'm saying. I don't know how I pulled her. She knows how I
I
pulled
was
her.
hella broken. I was looking for.
I'll be honest with you. Back when we hooked up, it was at the Tata bra with the glitter titties.
Oh my
Ew.
god.
Sorry.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're not live.
It was inappropriate. You're
Oh my
right.
Your turn.
but either way, yeah, it worked out, and it's been a miracle ever since.
god. Big old miracle.
Uno.
Oh no.
Saltwater fishing in Alaska is amazing because you get I caught like a 42-pound halibut about 315 feet deep, which was like ridiculous because I'd been jigging like 12 ounces of weight for I don't know how many hours, probably 4 by the time I hooked them. And reeling up 300 yards of line like every, I don't know how long, because we'd do a drift and then we'd reel up and go back, and we've been doing it for probably 3 hours before I finally hooked up, maybe 4. I was smoked by the time I got that fish up. It was excellent.
I'm grateful for this run that you just drew. Nice. Strange question. Do you live in the sticks? Like any houses around you?
Yes, I live in the sticks.
Yes and no.
And no houses. Yep.
My laptop's dying.
Is it?
No more pop out
You
chat.
want to plug it in, bro? Here.
Can't.
Oh, you can't charge it off my battery?
Oh no, I have to get my wall charger.
Your special cord?
Oh, you know what? Could you grab my wall charger, citizen? Oh, the table's in the way.
Yeah.
My boss just limited out on halibut, and Alaska gave me 10 pounds. Best fish I ever eat. Why did it have a question mark? Why you put a question mark?
Question mark. Why do you put a question mark?
Yeah, halibut's fire. I like to do halibut. I'll bake it in the oven in some butter and some shallots. And then right before the last 5 minutes, I'll paste on the top of all the halibut some what's that green shit that I put on stuff?
Pesto.
Some pesto sauce. Oh snap, bro! It's so bomb. Yeah, super good.
Lonesome Let's Play says, any suggestions for go bag content? I'm currently prepping. I'm UK based, so firearms are out of the question.
Prepping? What? What are we doing?
Oh
Read it again.
Any suggestions for go bag contents? I'm currently prepping. I'm UK based, so firearms are out of the question.
Okay, got you, bro. So, can you guys have bow and arrows there? Because a takedown bow would be excellent. Yeah, I think that's a great question. So firearms are out of the question, but you can do like slingshots, bow and arrows, spears are really, really good. I thought in the UK you guys could have shotguns. Like if you lived in the country, you must be in the city though. So it depends. You need to get away from population density. And you need to be gray man because everybody's going to want your stuff depending on what your...
He also said for a bug out bag.
Okay, bug out bag. So depends on the terrain, but I know a good portion of the country over there is overcasty and damp. So basic stuff is going to be cordage, fire making. Fire kits are super important. Like trying to get a fire going when it's cold or if you're wet.
Got it. Thank you, Sammy.
You
Look at that
need
charger.
med kits, which is all kinds of stuff. Shit, man.
Yep.
You guys know what a Swiss seat is? So a Swiss seat's basically how you can take a piece of rope and tie a rappelling setup around your waist and legs that you can rappel off of. So do some research on that, but get some really good climbing rope for that you can make a Swiss seat with, and then you can use really good 550 cord or 1100 cord for rappelling if you have to. There's a million different things. It just depends. So maps.
Nathan said water, shelter, fire, food.
Yeah, I mean basics. Don't water filter like a Sawyer Mini, which is excellent. You can order it off of Amazon. I don't know if you can get it in the UK, but probably. It does like 100,000 gallons. It's got a backflush thing. But if it's freezing, if you don't dry that thing out or keep it from freezing, like keep it on your body, as soon as it freezes, it's going to crack the filter in it, and then it's going to be useless because you won't even know you're drinking bad water. I mean, you might, because it'll probably not change to clear from dirty, but yeah, it'll be bad.
And they say though that you have to drain the water out when you're not used, like as soon as you're done. or
Fire
something.
kits are super helpful. Waterproof fire kits. I like to take cotton balls and Vaseline, and you can put them in a medicine jar if you have one of those, like a little medicine bottle. But windproof matches, all kinds of fire starting stuff, little alcohol wipes. There's a bunch of stuff. If you know how to get fat wood, get some fat wood, and have it in your kit, have it ready, because getting something going and then knowing how to process firewood is like super important. I would say damn, bug out bag. Depends, man. There's too many. For me, I know what they are and I know why, but for where you're at and what it looks like, I don't know. Tristan, what's up, broski?
Some messed up questions I asked. Sorry, just you lot different, totally different lifestyle.
Huh?
Oh, that doesn't not touch me. I don't know. I think he's saying my bad for all the weird questions. We're totally different. That's at least what I got from it.
Yeah, no, I'm into preparedness, and I got a bug out bag. I actually was just showing it on the beginning of this live stream. I was showing a bunch of stuff that I had on it. Yeah, whole bunch of stuff.
That.
What?
That was the guy that was asking the Bible
Yeah,
questions
yeah.
earlier.
Oh, what?
Like
Which
out
one?
of the dryer with Vaseline works great. I've heard like shove those into a toilet
Hold on.
paper roll.
So if you're gonna do, you can use a bicycle inner tube too. You can just cut the inner tube and then fold the sides down. What's up, Dano?
Beard trimmer money.
So the cotton balls and the Vaseline, there is an amount. You think like a bunch of Vaseline? No, you can't put too much Vaseline on it because they won't light. It's basically a cotton ball with a little ball of Vaseline that you kind of press into it, and it needs to be fabricy still and not just straight slimy grease. Because once you get to that phase, you've put too much on it. So you want to find the right mix before you start doing them all and putting them in the medicine bottles or in your waterproof container or whatever you're going to do, Ziploc baggie, whatever you got. You want to find the ones that light good, and the ones you want to find good to light good, you need to be able to light them with a ferro rod or with a lighter, and they need to just like pretty easily light up, because if you don't do them that way, and the cool thing is if you do them right, you can get them completely soaking wet, squeeze the water out of them, spread them and fur them back out, and then light them, and they still light. So that's my experience with doing that. I've done them where they were too Vaseline and they wouldn't light, and I've done them perfect where you can dunk them in water, wring them out, and then they fire right up.
Why don't you scoot your chair forward so
Dude,
you're not
you know what?
leaning in it?
I haven't opened this in a long time. I'm gonna open this up. Let's see what we got in here. We'll just open up this super old. This is from 3 or 4 years ago when I was doing some training out of state. So I'll rip into it. Also, I like to take a Bic lighter and wrap duct tape around it because you can pull strips of duct tape and they light really, really good and they're pretty much waterproof. All right, here we go. What's in here? Look at that. I got
Floss?
some dental
Blue.
floss
Blue.
for all kinds of reasons.
Cute.
I've got a light tray. Oh, uh-oh.
Ruh-roh,
Uh-oh.
Raggy.
Sleep kit fail. Yep. I can't get it to go. All right.
Oh, no.
Now, I bet you I could get it to go. Stand by. Oh, I don't want to use that. I'll use this one. Cutting tool. Need that in there. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the childproof off of the...
Doink. Wow.
Yeah, so you guys see it spinning? So what happens is when they get moisture on them, which is where I live, it's super humid, and then the spring to the flint rusts down. So don't throw it away because it's still usable, but right now it
Because
is
at least you can get the gas
pretty
out, maybe,
much
right?
useless.
Can you
Oh, and if you can't do the cotton balls, but you got lint in your pockets or anything like that, chapstick works really, really good doing the same thing. Even in this fire
I need
kit,
chapstick.
I've got a small piece of fat wood that works really, really good. You can tell that I've already lit it. When things have been burnt already once, they light really easy later. And then these are my favorite matches. I don't remember the name of them, but they burn for 10 seconds. And I think they're called stormproof matches. You can strike them anywhere. Or maybe you can't strike them anywhere. No, you can't. But these are stormproof matches, and I think, yeah, I do have in there the little striking pad for them in there, and then here. So when you got this and this combined, you can make your own little thingamajigger, and then also these burn really good too, alcohol wipes. So this is just a little cheapo kit that I made, and I usually run
Burnt yourself?
2 or 3 kits, fire
Different
kits
one.
in one setup. I don't remember what this stuff was for, but I know it burns because it's got wax on the string. But I think you can use it for multiple purposes. I can't remember why I put this one in here, but this is all. I pulled all the stuff out of this bug out bag
You want Daddy to do it?
because it's been pilfered through for a long time, and I'm not really running it anymore. I've got another couple bags set up, but this one here, super nice Camelback with the little valve on it, which is nice.
Is it out yet, Sam? Don't blow on it right now.
You do it, babe.
It's okay. No.
Is it out?
Yeah, I just need to blow it. There's big ashes.
No,
That's not gonna do it.
that's not what we're doing. You go do fire daddy stuff.
No, I'm not doing it.
Just put that small piece up there. Hold on. I'm good.
No, it's not a Mora knife. Actually, this is like one. It's backwards on the YouTubes, but you get the point. It's not an expensive knife, but they used to. I think you can get them on Amazon still. I like this brand. They make a lot of really cool stuff. They used to sell this at Walmart for $10 out of the box. It's got a really good rubber handle. It's full tang, so the middle goes all the way down here to the bottom. And out of the box, you could shave with this. You can't anymore, I don't think. Let's see. Nah. Still kind of sharp, but not quite there. But the back works really good on a ferro rod because it's got a really, really sharp machined edge. So it works really good with a ferro rod. I do have a Mora knife on, actually in my rucksack. I love those things. They work great.
Hey, Mom. Is it okay
You want to be done?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like cheap knives. I mean, there's a lot of cheap knives that are not that are worth getting, especially for throwaway knives. And I'm kind of a knife whore. I like really collect knives. So I've got 2 or 3 on me. This one right here, this was a gift from Grindstone Ministries. It's really, really nice. This is like really hard steel, so it'll rust if I don't keep oil on it. And it's got the Grindstone Ministries thing on it. They gave this to me because I've been on so many deployments with them. And one of the guys that was on Forged in Fire TV show that won the 2nd year or something like that, or the 4th year, he's the one that made these knives. And then I got this one, which I freaking love. This one I can shave with right now. This little knife, super, super, super sharp. It's a great knife. This was made by a buddy of mine. This one has like a small, tiny little defect in it, but it's like so minute it wouldn't bother me at all. But this one I could definitely shave with. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, all day long. Boop. Yeah. And this one, I don't really do much with it because I don't want to tear it up, and it's uber. I mean, all I got to do is like brush it on my pants, and it's sharp again if I use it a bunch. It locks in really nice to this, and then the clip. So when you put it on your pants, it's got this clip that locks it on there, and it ain't coming off. I mean, this thing's amazing. But this is not cheap. This is like for the small guys, like $200. But you can clean deer with it. You can do all kinds of goodies with it. And if you got to do a little wet work, it'll work. Even though it's short, you just got to know how to use it.
So here's my main quandary. My main cutting tool for firewood would be an axe and saw combo. Do I go wooden handle for the axe or one of these new fangled plastic handled ones?
I would say wooden, because you can fabricate a new handle if you break one in the wilderness, especially with just an axe head. It takes quite a bit of work, but you can do it. Axe is really good, and then some type of saw so you can process firewood or do bushcrafting and make shelters with it. Another interesting tool that you should have in your bug out bag is some wire cutters. And I'm going to tell you right now, Leatherman wire cutters are not going to do it. They're really hard to get to cut through thick fence wire, like chain link and stuff like that. They're not going to do it. But let me go look really quick. You want to talk to people? I'll go grab a set for you guys and show you. Well, actually, I'll just tell you. So if you can get from the auto parts store, and I don't know how it is in Europe, but here in America, you can go to the parts store where we get car parts. They sell all these little cool tools and doohickeys. Well, they sell these little cheap. You can get them at the cheap knockoff China tool places too. They look like chain cutters or bolt cutters, but they're about I think they're about 6 or 8 inches tall, and they are phenomenal. And they're not that much, like 12, maybe $15 at the most. And they will cut through all kinds of crap. Um, yeah, they'll cut through the little luggage locks on the luggage stuff. It'll cut chain link fence. And the reason I got it was on deployment when the heavy equipment gets wrapped up and they get like fence wires stuck in them. I could get in there and nip all that stuff out, and they're not like heavy to carry, and I can put them on my persons in my pocket, in my vest, whatever I'm wearing, and it's not a big thing. But I run them in some of my rigs and my bug out bags. No, it's not a Mora knife. This is from, gosh dang it, man. I can't remember what it's called. It's a buddy of mine. He has a knife making company. They're they're worth every penny, but I can't think of the name. I should have it written down. Hold on a second. No, it's on my phone. I can't look right now either. So
I was about to say, why don't you just text him?
yeah, I can't. You should definitely have maps and compasses and know how to use them if you're bugging out too. Water and water filtration. You should probably start off with a gallon of water. Um, and then food. A lot of people want to pack lightweight food. Um, the only issue with doing like Mountain House or anything that's freeze dried is you got to use enough water to hydrate that stuff. And so you end up carrying the same amount um, of weight because you have to carry it in water either way. And if you're bugging out, you want to have water on you because where are you going to get water from?
To make your food.
That's going to be tough. I mean, if it's a creek and you got to filter it, that takes time, takes energy, takes
And if
fire.
you do that, you want to be able to drink it.
Yeah. And yeah, it just blows. So I like to have food that you could pretty much go like an MRE, military rations that's like ready to rock. I shrink the packages down so they fit better, but I would rather eat that or a can of beans than, you know, do like a freeze dried. Now, I'm not saying don't bring freeze dried, but all freeze dried, nah, not doing it.
Food is no issue. Plenty of poultry farms near me. My first port of call would be steal a chicken.
Yeah, well, so you don't want to get caught stealing either. And, it's not biblical, but also, if you got to, because it's life, but also, if you're bugging out, hopefully it's not after everybody else has decided it's bad and it's bugging out too. Hopefully your indicators are way before all that because you're going to be competing with everybody else that's bugging out too.
Like, at least just get out of big cities while you can now.
Yeah.
Get yourself squared away so you have time. Yeah, don't steal.
Yeah. Practice carrying your kits, your whatever you're planning on going on. Practice carrying that stuff and building your legs up because it's different.
Hi, Emily.
What's up, Emily? Yeah, man. Yeah, a bike in the city would get you out pretty quick. It's also quite a bit easier to cruise with weight on than walk for sure. It's a lot easier on your
Small
joints.
ISH industrial town surrounded by countryside. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
What's the population density? Because that's the stuff that matters.
It's like we don't want to be in a big town or really even right outside of a big town.
Yeah.
Maybe a small town outside of a small town outside of a big town. We don't want to have to drive 5 hours to get to a Home Depot, but also I don't want everybody to be able to get up to my house when stuff is weird.
Yeah, if you try to come out this way, man, the dogs are gonna eat you before you even get here. Roughly 20,000. That's not small, homie. I live in a small town. Yeah, I live in a small town. Less than half of that.
Do recommend.
It says smallish town though. All right, what do we got? Here, read me some of these. Love. Anything on here?
My wife thinks the cuckoo got out of the clock because I have a booth knife on both booths, one around my neck and one on my side. And the and the what? And the little microtech on my pocket.
Yeah, I got other knives on me too, I think. I've got a Leatherman in my pocket. And lighters. Oh yeah, so I was telling you, duct tape lighter. So like a lighter with some duct tape on it, and I've already used some of this stuff on this one. I probably could refill it, but a Leatherman, This has got, if you had to, you could use this saw and cut stuff. You're not going to cut big stuff. And like the biggest you're going to cut is probably going to be about this big, about 1.5 inches maybe. And it's going to take a minute. Especially if it's dry and you're trying to cut it for a fire, it's going to take a minute. You can score it up and then do whatever. But, this is just a regular cheap one, but it works really good. Spring loaded. And it's got locks on all the tools. This was like $25 on Amazon. So it works great. Hasn't failed me yet. And it's pretty good.
Plastic if weight. Oh, I'm talking about the axe. Plastic if weight is a concern, but wood handles are good. I'm a carpenter by trade. I can make a bow saw in a pinch too.
Yeah.
Good silky saw is amazing.
Yeah, silky saws are even small. Even the Chinese version of those is better than nothing, man. It's like you don't want to carry so much that you can't move, or that if you have to move really fast, you got to ditch it to move really fast because then you lose all your capabilities. Um, so bring tools that you can make other stuff with. Um, Cordage, fire stuff, basic tools. Yeah, they're all good.
But like bushcrafting, in my mind, bushcrafting and all that sounds cool to do for like permanent, like long-term stuff. But like when you're on the move, it
Yeah,
doesn't
if
seem
you're
like a
bugging
very
out,
like if
you're
you're
not
like
gonna.
I'll just make stuff as I go. It's like, well, also you could just
Well,
pre-set
here's
your
where are
stuff.
you bugging out to, and what's your plan? Because I guess that really matters too. Because if you got a place to go and you just have to get there, you don't need to take a shit ton, unless it's like 4 or 5 days away on foot. Then
But
yeah,
like
maybe.
Walking Dead status, and you don't
Right.
know where you're going or what's happening. You just
Yeah, if you don't have a plan or you're just going to go to the woods and survive out there, that's not a plan. You're not going to make it. Yeah, you can do a lot with a cordage and a knife for sure. Like if I didn't have a gun and I was going into the woods, damn, my pants ripped. I would immediately want to make. I would make a spear immediately, some kind of staff with a pointed end, because even up against animals, a 6 foot spear uh, is gives you quite a bit of standoff between you and a predator, or you and a dog, or you and somebody else. It gives you
please
standoff.
stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Only you can stop the spread. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, guys. Brainwashing. Some of it stuck. Stop the spread.
What else you guys want to talk about?
Want to talk about me? Want to talk about mine? Want to talk about number one?
Yeah. Big stick doctrine is real though, bro. Right? Squirrel nuts?
Bugging out from Highlands to a property outside of Rio Linda. Brother of mine has a few acres out there. Dude, I can't believe you
Dude,
need to,
Rio Linda?
wait, why do we
Hold
not
on,
hook them
bro.
up with, why do we not hook them up?
Oh, with
Other Torah
weekend
observant
people that we have there in Alberta?
Yeah, dude.
Hey Ben, you got me on the chats, I think. If you don't, are you on the Signal? On any of the Signal chats, bro? If not, you can email me. I'd probably want to touch antennas with
Get
you.
out of Highlands though, for
Yeah,
sure.
North Highlands, bro. It's boo boo. And going to where?
Rio Linda?
Rio Linda's not going to cut it, homie. It's going to be just as bad or worse than Rio Linda.
Get up to Shasta if you can.
Yeah, no. You want to go? If you want to go anywhere, you want to get way out of the valley. Yeah, you want to go east, homie. Yeah, get up into the mountains because most people ain't going to make it in the mountains. So either go try to get past Auburn before all the highways get get flooded, or which should be early indicators for you. You should have that plan, that idea. Like, what does it look like if the grid's all the way down for more than a day? Are you going right? And it's not just on the West Coast; it's everywhere. Like, are you dipping? Are you gonna go? Like, what's your indicators, right? So, and that's something that you need to figure out. But I would definitely figure out all the ways you need to get from the valley up into the mountains. It doesn't matter if it's 8 foot of snow because you ain't gonna want to be where people are. Um, that's just the bottom line. You got 6 million people just in Sac County, bro. It's all bad. No, Georgetown. Well, Georgetown, yeah, Georgetown is getting out there, but you still have the country folk up there ain't gonna like, you're not gonna be camping on their property. Um, you might find some spots where some folks are already like in bad shape, but I painted. So in Georgetown, I actually painted all the fire departments there. I painted 3 of them at least, and I painted one way, way up in there, up in the woods too, for the same contract. I got pictures of that actually. Yeah, we just pop in here like whenever. We're doing a lot more live streams lately. Because
Now that he's home.
I'm home and I got nothing going on in my life. I have some people in the Sac area that are new to Torah that are like my people from back in the day, but good, solid people. And I think they're probably coming out this way, but I should hook you guys up.
Well, the cord is not very long, just FYI.
I know, I'm just scooching it just a smidge.
Practice walking to your BOL with your gear, different routes and back roads. What's BOL? Bug out location.
You got it.
I'm smart.
Well, and yeah, if you think that you're going to carry a 100-pound rucksack all over the place, it doesn't matter if you're like able to do it, you shouldn't do it. It's not good for you. It's bad on your joints. It's bad on your body. You can get injured way worse with a heavy ruck and blow an ankle out or a knee, or fall down and break your shoulder or your wrist, like super easy with that much weight for what? Because you had to have all the things. Just learn how to make shit so you don't have to carry so much.
Require less.
Yeah. And like if you're bugging out, how far is your location? Because if your location, let's say it's 20 miles, right? Well, how many miles a day can you move with that stuff as gray man or as undetected from most people, because people are going to be threats if things get really bad. How far can you move? You could do 20 miles in a day if it was even ground or if you're young and athletic and there was no obstacles, there was no people that you had to avoid or bad terrain that you had to go through. Yeah, you could get really far on a bike. 20 miles is nothing in a day.
Isaiah Clark says where to start with observing Torah. Is this the one, Isaiah Clark? Are you the one that was on here the other night that said that you started, or that you are? Is this the one that was like Jewish and started? He believes in Yeshua, but like the people were like condemning him because he was trying to do Torah.
So if you want to keep
or something, I don't remember.
And so when we say keeping Torah, when you want to start keeping the law, the commandments that God gave his people, one of the first things for me was eating the biblical diet and keeping the Sabbaths. Those were the first couple of things that I started to do.
And then it was like feast days.
And then it was tassels and feast days. And then it was kind of like we were all in.
Yeah.
So why we do that is because our understanding of what the biblical definition of sin is, not man-made ideas of sin, just what the Bible says sin is. Sin is transgression of the law. So if we're supposed to keep the law according to what Jesus says in Matthew 5, then we definitely want to stop sinning. We don't want to keep sinning, but we got to recognize what sin is first. And the simple parts of it is read what it says about the Sabbath. So if you go into Leviticus, 23, and you start reading the appointed times, the first one is the Sabbath. Read what it says. If you're convicted to do it, then pivot on your conviction and do that.
But don't be like,
what's up,
I have
Caleb
to
Brown?
perfect it first before I can do it, because you won't perfect it. You'll just learn. Every time you do it, you'll learn more and more.
Yeah, and
So just let yourself.
we're not going to do this thing perfectly. Really, what it's about is your heart condition trying to do what the Father wants his people to do and has instructed his
You
people
want
to
to be
do.
God's people, and
So
the way
even
that He says.
even before, I'm going to give you some for instances. Before the written law, there was the oral law that everybody knew, and it was passed through generations. And the reason that we know that it was before Moses was given the law, because how did they know on the ark clean and unclean animals? How did Cain and Abel to know to bring offerings? And so you can see it. And then Adam and Eve were given instructions, commands, if you would, right? Do this, tend the garden, and don't eat the fruit of this tree, right? So he gave instructions and they broke it, there was consequence, right? And so in that fallen state, are we going to continue to go against what he's commanded us to do? If you want the consequences, that's the blessings and the curses, right? It used to be such an offense to God's people that when you sinned, they didn't want that judgment coming on, then you would instantly get stoned to death. Matter of fact, God said, stone them to death on certain things. When the Sabbath was first given, uh, somebody almost immediately was out gathering firewood, working on the Sabbath when they were not supposed to do that. Matter of fact, it says not to kindle a fire on the Sabbath. So, like, if my fire goes out, I don't start a new fire on Sabbath. That's just the way it is. Um, so,
Which we learned from last week, so we will be tending that fire through the night.
yeah, yeah, and it's okay to put wood on the fire. It's not okay to go chop wood. It's not okay to start a fresh fire. Like, that's a thing. And some people, their views on that in the belief system look differently. But my hat says fishers of men, Matthew 4:19. But I think that it's important to start somewhere. And the Sabbath, babe, would you look that up really quick?
What?
Would you read that verse that says that the Sabbath is a perpetuating sign of a covenant, that you're his people? And it may be in Jasher, or I can't really remember. Somebody's probably going to put it in the chat. But I think that it's really important. Like, if you want to keep Torah, you need to have the
Therefore,
heart condition.
The people of Israel.
Wait, you got to read where it's
I
at.
will. Oh,
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. It's Exodus 31 somewhere.
Exodus 31. Got it. Go ahead, read it.
The people of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, observing the Sabbath throughout their generations as a covenant forever. It is a sign forever between me and the people of Israel that in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. And then above that it says, you shall keep the Sabbath because it is holy for you.
So Sabbath is a day of rest. There's a couple things that go with Sabbath, and if you study like what people were doing and not doing, there's rules to the Sabbath on what we do and don't do. We're not doing any money exchange on the Sabbath, which we're not buying and selling. We're not causing anybody to work, right? We're not going out to eat somewhere because we're causing the people to have to work if we're there. They're going to do it anyhow, but it doesn't mean we have to partake in it. You don't kindle a fire on Sabbath. You don't start no wars. Don't start none, won't be none. Definitely don't do that on the Sabbath. And then don't work. And we try to not cook either. So, like, maybe plugging the crock pot in or something like that, or nuking something in the microwave is a little bit different than what they had to do back in the day.
But like doing a
making and cooking a full meal is a whole different thing. And that is because we get that from day of prep. When they were in Exodus, during the Exodus, when they came out into the wilderness and they were eating manna, they would try to keep manna for an extra day, right? And every time they did, it would turn rancid and smell, and it would get worms in it. But on the day of prep, on the 6th day, they were able to grab a double portion, and it wouldn't go bad because they didn't want them to have to go gather it on the Sabbath, right? Also, it says to bake what you bake and boil what you boil, for tomorrow is a Sabbath day's rest. So that tells us, that's the indicators that there's a day of prep. So on the 6th day, we double down on all our stuff so that we don't have to do it on the day of rest, which is the 7th day according to the word. Now we're on a Gregorian calendar, which is not a biblical calendar, but we don't know the biblical calendar. I would say probably most people don't. There's a lot of people out there with some really good pitches on why it's this or why it's that. We've looked into, I think, all of them, and they all have a little chink in their armor where it's like, yeah, but still, you still got this gray area. Back. We're back. Okay, we're back. Anyhow, sorry, somebody was calling me. But we don't know the biblical calendar. There's not one in there. It's not an easy one to calculate. We can kind of guess and kind of go right. So, like when it comes to the Moedim, we kind of got to count the best we can. But nobody really knows, including Judah, which is in the land of Israel, not not that nation state of Israel, not the people Israel. And it's still a different kind of thing. So I think that it's important when doing this stuff to pray and ask for His direction.
You know what I did here? If you go to ESV concordance, I like to look up on ESV because it's basic words that are not, you don't have to find a certain word. But if you go, there's it says ESV Bible Concordance, ESV.org. But if you type in the word Sabbath in the bar, it'll load up every verse that mentions the word Sabbath. And that's kind of like how I researched it. I looked at like what were the things that they were doing on Sabbath, what were the things that they were not doing on Sabbath, what were the things that people were getting in trouble for on Sabbath. And then you can kind of take it and be like, oh, okay, so this is probably what we should be doing or not doing. Like there's one story about them parked up outside the gates waiting for Sabbath to be over so that they could buy and sell. They were kind of like window shopping during Sabbath.
Yeah, that's in Nehemiah.
Yeah, so they like locked it down. So like you can see that like for us, I don't even want to leave. Like if it's still Shabbat, I'm not gonna go during Shabbat and sit outside a store and wait for them to open.
Yeah.
I'll wait for Shabbat to end.
Yeah.
And then we'll go.
Yeah. And I think like in the beginning we didn't know, so we were like, oh, we're not supposed to cook. Cool, let's just order pizza then. We didn't know. But as you learn and as you grow in the walk, then you can kind of start ironing that stuff out. And also you have to study it for yourself and have your own convictions. You can't just do it because some people on the internet or some person you met does it. And so you're going to do it because it sounds cool or whatever. You need to actually have a personal conviction to do it because your heart condition is really what matters. That's what He's looking for. And the more that you turn your heart towards the word and towards Him, He will reveal more and more to you. And that's it.
This guy keeps talking about the Dake Bible, but I don't know what that means. I'm looking it up. What does it mean?
Well, I'll look into the Dake Bible, but I'm not 100% sure on that either. So you got to be careful because I've seen a lot of translations, and a lot of translations have incorporated man's doctrine into them, which you can see that with the ESV Bible, particularly where it says after Peter has his vision of the sheet coming down, it'll say in parentheses, thus Peter declared all things clean, as if he had the authority to change God's commands. No, but the Roman Catholic Church thinks he does. And the parentheses, that's not in the scripture. That was added to, which we're not supposed to add or take away. So I'm just saying, be careful with what you're checking out. There's a bunch going on in the chat. Let's see, I can't move this.
Exodus is one reason. Where'd it go? Exodus is. Oh, I lost it. Exodus is one of the reasons why I'm interested in Torah. Yeah. It's definitely helpful.
Well, another reason that you
Okay.
can be interested in Torah is what Jesus says in the Gospels, because
That's yours.
if you look at the Gospels and
No,
it tells you
That's yours.
that the law is not done away with until heaven and earth pass away, that's like an indicator, especially when Jesus is saying it himself. And I read it all the time online because there's not an answer that anybody can really justify to try to say it doesn't say what it's saying, but they will all the way turn a blind eye to it and a deaf ear.
Red.
So I'm gonna read it just in case there's
Bro.
somebody on here that hasn't heard it. But it's one of my favorites because it clarifies
Yellow.
so much in just 3 verses. It says, "Do not think that I came to destroy the Torah or the prophets, the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to complete." So he did it, right? He fulfilled prophecy and he walked out the Torah, so he didn't sin, right? That's what it means. "For truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away," that ain't happened yet, "not one yod, not one tittle shall by no means pass from the Torah, the law, until all be done." So heaven and earth ain't passed away. And he's talking about the law and the prophets, and he's saying not even not one yod, not one tittle, which is like the little tiny in Hebrew, it's the little tiny squiggly marks, like comma looking things. Those mean something in that language. They actually mean something. So it's saying even the smallest little mark from the law will not be done away with until heaven and earth pass away. But in 19, he clarifies what he means in 17 and 18. He says, "Whoever then breaks one of the least of these commands and teaches men to do so shall be called least in the reigns of the heavens. But whoever does them and teaches them shall be called great in the reigns of the heavens." So, and then it goes, "For less your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and the Pharisees, you shall by no means enter into the reigns of the heavens." So the scribes and the Pharisees, their heart condition and their man-made doctrine kept them, their hearts were hardened and they were stuck on their own tradition over the commandments. That's what Judaism is.
He also at one point said, "Do what they do, but not
Okay.
what they say," or "Do what
Do
they,
what they
say, but not what they do."
Yeah, because they
read the Torah.
the law of Moses isn't really the issue. The man-made doctrine that Jesus rails against is the issue, because what he says to the scribes and the Pharisees and the Sadducees, what he says, he goes, "I see you hold strong to the tradition of men, but not the commandments of God." So he's talking about the difference between the law that was given to Moses from Elohim, from the Creator, to the people of Israel, which is the name of his people. The law that was given was good, right? It showed people where the lines of sin and righteousness were, right?
Green.
If it wasn't, Paul says, if it wasn't for the law, he wouldn't even known what sin was. That's the point, is Christianity does not know what the law is, so they don't know what sin is. The revelation of the whole context of the Bible was given to me. It wasn't something that I dreamed up. It was something that was given to me. It was given to everybody that keeps Torah, everybody that keeps the way the best they can. It's because something called them to a biblical truth outside of the normal way of thinking and the more normal Christian doctrine. And it wiped away all the gray areas that none of us could really get.
You're no longer under the law for acceptance or salvation.
Yeah, so we're not under law we're not under the law of sin and death for sure, because when you sinned, that was it. You were cut off from your people. You were stoned to death.
You're
There was
also
a lot,
separated from the
and
Father.
you were separated from, eternally separated from the Father. So I know a lot of people really think that Paul wrote the whole Bible, but you're only referring to one witness, and the witness that you're using, you're actually using his writings, his letters, his epistles. You're using them out of context, because if you're using them that way, they're contradicting the rest of the Bible that is in unity, including the teachings of Jesus. And Jesus tells us in Matthew 5 that the law is not done away with until heaven and earth pass away. Not the smallest stroke from the law is done away with. So if it's not done away with, What does that mean? He didn't come to abolish. That means to do away with, to wipe it clean. There's no more law. So how can it mean that? How come in Christianity, it's like,
Bro.
he didn't come to abolish, but to abolish? See, it's not biblical because we're using what's called Pauline doctrine. We're taking Paul's writings and making a whole doctrine out of it. It can't be that, because what he says in Matthew chapter 5 directly contradicts the way that Paul's writings are misused.
And Peter even tells us that people are going to twist Paul's writings.
And it'll lead them into lawlessness. Right. Why? So that's another one too, is why is the word lawlessness used and what does it mean? It's used 18 times in the New Testament only in the Bible. Why is it used and what reference is it talking about? Because God's law is not the 2 great commands, it's the entire law.
And God's ways are right and true and lead to life. His ways are good. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. His ways are higher than our ways.
So Old Testament, New Testament, it's one whole book. It's not one old book that we don't have to worry about and then a new book. That's not Christianity. That's a lawless Messiah, and that can't be. That's one of the reasons that Christians can't witness to Jews, because there's no way a lawless Messiah is going to be their Messiah. It's not going to work. So he came to do the law,
to show us how to do it,
because breaking the law was what sin is. It was the same then, it's the same today. It's just that in Christianity we refuse to believe the definition of sin is breaking God's law. But it's clearly defined in the New Testament. Look at 1 John 3:4. Sin is lawlessness.
There's also a consistent theme of Yeshua is teaching people how to do the Torah, but like appropriately, because they were doing the Torah plus extra from their man-made traditions, but they were missing the most important aspects of it, which was loving God and loving your neighbor. So he was pretty much on them, like, you can do it right, but if you fail in one, you fail in them all.
Sons of Thunder 51. Sons of Thunder. I like that name. There's a motorcycle club in North Texas that had that name. And I was friends with some of the co-founders of that way back in the day. So I want to read to you Ephesians. I actually have the wife read it to you. Ephesians, because, Ephesians is really, really important, along with Romans 11, where it talks about being grafted in. And I think that people want to always jump into Romans and Galatians and say, see, look, Paul says we're not under law. Well, hold on a minute. He also says this in Ephesians. So let's read what he says in Ephesians in context, because it's super duper important. And it goes along with the same unity of Scripture that we're talking about now. All right, so Ephesians 2. Is that what it is?
Yeah, 11.
Oh. After this one, I think I might be done playing with another day.
Okay, you want to read?
Oh.
So read for me.
Therefore, remember that you, once nations in the flesh, who were called the uncircumcision, by what is called the circumcision, made in the flesh by hands.
So the uncircumcision, he's saying that you were a Gentile, and called that by the people who were circumcised, the Jews, which is done by hand. Go ahead.
I think I might be done.
At that time, you were without Messiah, excluded from the citizenship of Israel.
What? Excluded. Without Messiah, you were excluded from the citizenship of Israel. That's interesting verbiage. Keep reading.
And strangers from the covenants of promise.
Okay, pause. What covenants are they talking about? Well, the new covenant, of course. But if you read what's prophesied about what the renewed covenant is, which is also rewritten in Hebrews 8, and that's out of Jeremiah 31:31, well, and thereafter, Also Ezekiel 36, but it talks about the law being written on our hearts. Ezekiel 36 is fire. It breaks it down is that we get the spirit and our heart of stone is made into a heart of flesh, and that his law is written on our hearts so that we're careful to obey and do the things, right? And that's the renewed covenant. That's what it's prophesying about. And so a lot of believers in Christianity don't want to acknowledge those prophecies in the context which they were meant for, the same way we're doing, because most Christianity just takes Paul's writings, not understanding the law, not understanding Judaism, and making it kind of all one thing. So Judaism is what Jesus railed against, not the law. He railed against the traditions of men and the man-made dogmas and doctrines. That's what was nailed to the cross. That is Judaism. That's not the law, because the man-made doctrine is not the law that came from Moses. Because where did Moses get that from, and who did he give it to? He got it from the Father, and he gave it to the Father's people. He was just the middleman. He was like a foreshadowing of Messiah. He was their intercessor between the people and the Father. Just beautiful. I think it's awesome. Did we finish reading that one? We got a little bit more to go.
Having no.
Yep.
Uh,
Just jump back a little bit.
having no. Wait.
Jump back.
Excluded from the citizenship of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no expectation and without Elohim in the world.
Without God in the world.
But now, in Messiah Yeshua, you who were once far off have been brought near by the blood of the Messiah.
Okay, so we're brought near by the blood to the covenants that were already there. The renewed covenant is that we get the Spirit, right? And that we're grafted into his people, even if we're Gentiles. And that the physical circumcision isn't the whole point. It's the heart condition, which is the whole point, which is what Jesus talks about the law constantly in the New Testament and the Gospels. But he emphasizes, if you even look at somebody with this in your heart, you're already doing it. Your heart condition's wrong. And that's the point.
There's a verse that says, in vain do they worship me. Or it says, teaching his doctrines, the commandments of men.
You're going to do Ezekiel 36?
No,
you should.
Teaching his doctrines, the commandments of men. But it says, they worship me with their mouths, but their hearts are far from me. Oh.
We're not messianic. I would say kind of, because it's relatable, but we're not, because messianics hold on to a lot of traditions, like Jewish tradition, or Judaism tradition that's not biblical. Like, I'll give you a for instance, like if in a lot of messianic circles or congregations, they feel like if you don't wear what's called a talit, you're wearing your tzitzit wrong, which is not biblical.
I'm looking for something.
What you looking for?
Where the inheritance is.
What's up, Saucin?
There's a part, one of the prophets. I just read it somewhere, but it was talking about where the inheritance was.
Said Zechariah.
I thought so, but inheritance distributed in the Bible, because it was like not the original one; it was the end times one. Oh, the prince. It had to do with the prince. Remember? The prince. I think it was. Is it Daniel? No. Who is the prince? Oh, in Ezekiel's temple. So it must have been Ezekiel. Where?
So here's the thing is, if the word lawless is used in the New Testament and you haven't studied what that is, please study it, because it's talking about the baseline of understanding. It's talking about all these different things, because if you don't have a good firm foundation in the beginning of the Bible, you have no clue what Paul is talking about in the New Testament. And most people think they do, but you don't. You don't, because he was a scholar in the law, in the Torah. I think that it's really important that you have a good foundation in understanding the first part of the Bible before you start trying to interpret the last part of the Bible. Because even with just basic stuff, it's going to sound contradictory to the first part of the Bible, which it can't be. Also, you can't have a lawless Messiah. Jesus came to do the law. He kept the law perfectly. We know that. Why did he keep it perfectly? He kept it perfectly because if he would have broke it, that is what sin is considered. Sin has not changed. What he did on the cross has made it where he didn't change sin. He made the consequence of sin change. Because if we repent, if we turn our hearts back and our actions, because faith without works is dead. You can say you have faith, but if you don't have fruit, are you really a belief? You have to give up everything to follow him, which is really, really simple to do in Christianity because you don't really have to give it all up. But in keeping the biblical diet, keeping the feast days, keeping all the Sabbaths, you lose a lot of people because people don't want to do that. And it's quite a bit different lifestyle. It is very, very different than what most people do. Therefore, that's why that's what the remnant looks like. A remnant is a very small portion. And it says the path is narrow and few find it. I'm just saying, man.
Here, this is Ezekiel's temple, right?
Okay.
This is about the end times, right?
Yeah.
The outer gate. So he's
What's up, Movie?
he's in a vision walking through the new temple, right?
Okay.
And it's talking about the Levites and the sons of Zadok. And it says, they are to teach my people the difference between the set apart and the profane, and make them know what is unclean and clean. And they are to stand as judges in a dispute and judge it according to my right rulings. And they are to guard my Torah and my laws and all my appointed times and set apart my Sabbaths.
See, this is the crazy part: is most people in Christianity are like, "Well, I'm not Jewish, so that doesn't apply to me."
This is the temple in the end time. This is where Yeshua is going to be.
Hold on. What is Romans 11 talking about? Being grafted into the native, being a wild olive branch. What's the native? The native is you're grafted into Israel, which is the name of the Father's people. Not talking about the nation state overseas, because biblically, that name of that land is called Canaan. It's not called Israel. The Jews named it Israel back in 1948, but that's not what it was called in the Bible. Israel is the name of a people group. That's his people, right? And so you're grafted into Israel through your faith in Messiah. That's just what the Bible says. And it's not just my interpretation.
And
it's just that holds true from the beginning of the book all the way through Revelations. It's the same thing.
Say Yeshua comes back. Where is he going?
What's up, Brittany?
Where's Yeshua going to be? He's going to be in the land.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to be at the temple.
And he's going to be tabernacling
We're
among
going
us,
to be
which
learning
is,
from him.
Yep.
There will be a temple in place, right? All these things are going to be happening.
Yep.
But people are like, oh, that's not for us. And it's like, no, it's the same place, the same Messiah.
Yeah, I think it's really funny that people don't recognize that we're entering into a Jewish wedding and not a Western American one. That's also very hard for people to wrap their mind around because it's not the same wedding rehearsal that we're used to here. It's not the same thing. So like when there's a bride and when there's a groom, there is a wedding rehearsal, but before that happens, the groom leaves and goes and prepares a place for his bride in his father's house. And then when he comes back, right, that's when he grabs his girl. There's a big wedding supper, there's a big feast, and then he takes her. And in a Hebrew wedding thing, what seals the deal on the covenant of marriage is blood. So the marriage bed. So there's a little bit of blood when you have a virgin. That wedding sheet, that role model that's how the covenant is sealed. And that it's so much different than what the Western mindset looks at the wedding rehearsal.
And in Zechariah, it says that everybody from all nations will come and keep the Feast of Sukkot with Yeshua. Sons
of Thunder wants us to read Psalms 44. I might, but I think it's
Hold on, I'm reading something right now.
Okay, you're reading something right now. But I think it's really interesting that a lot of like Christian teaching today is like, well, let's just get them baptized and get them to do the sinner's prayer and they're good to go. Well, that's only a partial truth. It's not that you're not saved, it's that how can you repent if you don't know what sin is? And see, that's the thing is you can ask any pastor, priest, you can go, well, what is sin? And they'll say, well, it's missing the mark. It's just missing the mark. Some will say it's transgression of the law, but they're going to say it's the 2 great commands or the 10 commands, maybe. Most of them that will not refer to what the Bible says sin is, which you can find in Leviticus, and you can find 2 spots in the New Testament. One says, if you know the right thing to do and you don't do it, for you, this is sin. It's talking about your personal walk and the conviction you get from the Spirit. And then the other one is, in King James, it says transgression of law. In other translations, it'll say lawlessness. If you're doing lawlessness, that's sin. And so transgression of the law means you're breaking the law. Well, what law? Because it's definitely not our penal code that we're talking about here in America. And I think that study and the word lawlessness should be very clear for every Christian. But it is really hard for them to get on that one because they take Paul's writings above what Jesus teaches.
This talks about the inheritance, right? Separated from the covenants of promise, right? And the covenant was that he's going to give this land to his people, right?
Yeah.
And he was going to bring them back to the land and stuff like
Oh,
that.
talking about coming back? Yeah, you should read it.
So then in Ezekiel, it's talking about the land being distributed for the final inheritance, right? Like this is the inheritance.
Yeah.
But it says, it shall be that you divide it by lot as an inheritance for yourselves and for the sojourners who sojourn in your midst and who bear children among you. And they shall be to you as native born among the children of Israel. With you they have an inheritance in the midst of the tribes of Israel. And it shall be that in whatever tribe the sojourner sojourns, there you give him his inheritance.
Find out what sojourner, what that word is in Hebrew for me.
Stranger. But either way,
I want to hear what
it's
that
like
is.
these people are literally coming into the inheritance of Israel.
Yeah.
By whatever tribe they come in,
Yep.
Let's see. Let me look it up.
I'm gonna look up Psalms 44. Is that what he said?
I don't remember.
I think it was
My phone's at
Psalms
3%.
44. Oh well, you can plug it in right here.
Yes.
Oh, stand by. I gotta
Yes, man. Where is my blue letter? Oh, there it is.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's all kinds of tangled. Hold on, give it back.
So I don't remember where
way
that
more
was.
cordage
I think
now.
that's Ezekiel.
Hold on, Psalms 44. Let's see what it says.
40. No, it's Daniel.
Is that what he said earlier? What's up, Dano?
Ezekiel.
Face your cash. Love you, bro.
46.
Wait, where the heck? I just had it, I thought.
There it is. Okay.
Like
Do you want some of this cheese? Because I'm about to eat it all.
No, I don't want it. Psalms 44.
No, not 46. So where am I? The Holy District.
Why would he give you Psalms 44? I don't know.
Where is it?
I can't read that one right now. It's too long and too... Yeah, I'm not going to read it. She might read it in a minute.
Where is it? I need to know what verse it was.
That you were looking at?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I ruined it.
I don't remember. I just had it. Oh, it was right here, I think.
It's hard to find it on there compared to here without the pages, huh?
Dimensions of the altar, consecration of the altar. Boop. The East Gate and the Prince, was it in there? Those
You
are
want to
all-
read a really good Psalms? Read Psalms 119. It's the longest book in the whole Bible. Cheese? I don't want that cheese.
Now say it to the rebellious, to the house of Israel. Thus says the Lord God, O house of Israel, let us have no more of all your abominations. When you brought in foreigners, uncircumcised in heart and uncircumcised in flesh, to be in my sanctuary, to defile it, my house, and when you offered my food, the fat and the blood, then they broke my covenant because of all your abominations. And you have not kept charge of my holy things, but you have set others to keep charge of my sanctuary for you.
What are you reading?
This is Ezekiel.
Oh, okay.
I'm just getting sidetracked trying to find this one.
Mm-hmm. Ezekiel's fire. Zechariah's fire. All the prophets are fire, man. I feel like that's probably something we should start reading the prophets on all the live streams. Fascia.
Fascia. Connective tissue. Dang it. Okay, it's got to be in this one. Properties of the city and the prince.
Bless you too, lonely one. Wait, lonesome one.
I'm
Let's
so
play.
lonesome, I could cry.
Good night, Sheila.
Omer.
Count to Omer for show. Oh, I was with T at the office going over the Moedim dates.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually really funny to watch him do that one. It's very entertaining for me.
Festivals. Hold on. I'm gotta find this. Don't get off. Gotta find this.
Trying and doing. What's up, yo? You didn't miss it. Yeah, we're just we're doing all the things. We're doing all the things still. We're just hanging out.
Borders on the land.
Foreigners in the land.
Borders.
Borders.
Of the land.
Borders of the land.
Stranger.
Strangers. Stranger dangers.
So, sojourners, aka strangers.
Oh, yeah, I wanted that word in Hebrew.
Gar. Oh, wait.
Strong's H1616. Gar.
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 Garv.
Gar.
Form just below that. Gayer.
Yeah. Sojourner, a temporary inhabitant, a newcomer lacking inherited rights. Ooh.
Yeah,
a newcomer lacking inherited rights.
Yeah, but it
of
says
foreigners in Israel, though conceded rights.
Yeah, but see, it says there that's a word idiom because it says that even though you're a sojourner, you get an inheritance, which is changing the word of it.
Yep.
But because he says that you're going to be like my people.
We're going to be strangers. We were separated from the covenants and promise and without inheritance.
Also, it says, if you go back to it in Ezekiel, read it.
What? Read what?
Ephesians 2. Read Ephesians 2 again because what it says. Oh, I'm almost there.
I hope everybody can't hear me chewing on.
Everybody hears it. Here, find Ephesians. I'm close. Ephesians 2. Do it again because it'll really.
That's why I was on that verse, because when you're reading Ephesians, it triggered that. Colossians. I don't know your freaking order, and I don't know how to read any of these tabs. Tito's. Oh, there's Galatians. Ephesians.
Thank you, brother. Glad you're blowing your money on here, Dano.
And not elsewhere.
Sweden. What's up, yo?
Okay.
So, doesn't it talk about in there?
Excluded from the citizenship of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise.
Keep reading. Just keep reading it.
For he is our peace, who has made both one, and having broken down the partition of the barrier, having abolished in his flesh the enmity, the Torah of the commandments in dogma. So the commandments as expressed in ordinances, the man-made rules that separate Jew from Gentile.
Yeah, that's the law that's the Judaism laws, not the biblical laws.
Dogma. Go look
Yeah.
up dogma.
Yeah, look up dogma.
So as to create in himself one renewed man from the two, thus making peace, and
So-
to completely restore to favor both of them unto Elohim in one body through the stake, having destroyed the enmity by it.
And the reason that we know where there were Israel is because in Jeremiah 31:31, there's no Gentiles in there.
Oh, no, this one. Okay, I'm gonna finish.
Okay, go.
Having come, he brought us good news, peace to you who were far off, and peace to those near, because through him we both have access to the Father by one Spirit. So then, you are no longer strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens of the set apart ones and members of the household of Elohim.
What? So, yeah.
Ooh, having been built upon the foundation of the emissaries and the prophets.
So, this is Paul's writings, which if you think that Paul's saying we're not under the law, you got to understand what law he's speaking of. And if you think it means
God's
God's
instructions
law,
for his people,
you're wrong. There's no possible way it could mean that with him saying this here, because that's a contradiction.
because he's joining us to his people. He's
Yeah.
not getting rid of his people. I
Yeah.
mean, he is if they didn't believe in Yeshua, but their job still is the same. We're just allowed into the family now.
Yeah, and I think that it's really important that as believers we recognize who we are as a people.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you believe in Messiah, guess what? You're Israel. Welcome to the family.
Yeah.
And we have the same set of rules that they've had from the beginning of time. That's it. So people are like,
Their
but there's
rules were
600.
forever.
There's 613 laws. How are we ever gonna? Nobody could do that. It's a burden. It's not, dude. Listen, 30% of those are for Levite priests, which we are not Levites, so we don't have to worry about that. And that's got to do with temple services. There's also not a temple right now, so we're good. But
Also, how often do you give your brother a loan?
yeah,
Not very often, hopefully, but if you do, don't charge him interest. It's not that difficult.
yeah. If you poop, go outside the camp, dig a hole, and
Don't
bury it.
poop
Don't
right
poop,
in front of everybody.
Don't poop in camp because it spreads disease.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like don't touch blood.
Yeah.
If you do marital things, to have a mikveh,
Wash yourself.
so that you're not, transmitting that uncleanness to other people. Like there's the law is like basic.
The part that people fight is
the food.
The food.
The
yeah,
food is
food
the
and
one.
the Sabbath.
And the Sabbath. Yeah,
but the
food
Sabbath
and
to me
food.
is like, it can be confusing if you really don't realize that some person just randomly was like, we're not doing Sabbath on Saturday anymore. Nah.
Lean over here with your jammies.
No, I'm doing puzzles.
Sawson wants to see you.
I'm doing puzzles on my phone.
So I think, like, for me, I've got a lot of hate mail on the last video that me and her did, which we're gonna do more because I don't care. But I've also got throttled on YouTube. I was getting pushed out and always having new people, but all my live streams barely are getting pushed out. They're not even putting me on the platform that much. I used to get 3,000, 4,000, 11,000, 7,000. I've had a bunch of really big live streams. The biggest one was set 27,700. We were on for 4 hours. We were in basically Oklahoma City, and we're not even breaking 1,000 on our live streams really anymore, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of a trip, really. So we're getting throttled, and that's all right. But I am getting some new comments on some of the videos that I'm putting out, but the arguments are crazy. Like people are like, well, you're pretty much going to hell because you have a false doctrine outside of Paul's writings, and that's a different gospel, and you're going to get judged for it. I'm like,
if you're debating Paul's doctrines against Yeshua's doctrine, I'm
Yeah.
for sure riding with Yeshua.
they never, I always give them the verses. They never answer the verses. They always answer with other verses that are not contextual.
I'll
They're
tell you
out of
what.
context.
I probably did 2 videos on TikTok when I first started it about, the new covenant, and my probably third video was like just so frustrated. Like, all you people just literally are telling me that I'm in sin for trying to learn what sin is and not do it. Like, you're just like, it blows my mind how it's like, how could me wanting to be obedient to the Father out of love and because I trust him and he knows better than me and the way that I do things isn't working and it hasn't worked. I trust him. I'm going to do it his way.
I
And
think we're gonna
somehow it's
just
like
do.
we're sinning for being obedient.
I think what we'll do is we'll do a video where we're just basically rebuking false doctrine.
I mean, that's pretty much what we do, though.
I know, but we're just gonna specifically on this one. I would like to probably get. I'd like to do some interviews with a bunch of regular everyday Christians and see what they say on stuff, and maybe just have some clips of that, and then jump immediately into the video where we're saying, "Hey, look at all this that doesn't fit that same belief system that's in the New Testament, that's in the Old Testament, that tie together, that meet somewhere. From the beginning of the book all the way to the end, it's all one. It's all had, right? It's all one. It means it's not breaking anything. It's amending something that we couldn't escape, which is sin, right? And that's but it doesn't change sin. It doesn't change that sin is there, what sin is. And that blows my mind.
Kim, I don't really know when I'm going to do another video. Honestly, I am on a hiatus right now. I don't really like people. I am super over the internet. I'm super over people. I don't mind interacting with people like one-on-one, but I just got too burnt out on it's like too repetitive and I'm like, I don't know. At some point I may be able to do something else, but for now I'm just like every time I start, I have like all these studies like started and not finished, and every time I start doing it, it's like, why am I even doing this? Like, people, like, I just need the information for my own brain. Nobody's gonna listen to this, and if they do, they're gonna argue about it anyways. They don't even want to hear it.
I'm gonna turn comments off on the next one because
people
that's
don't want to
it.
hear it.
Yeah,
And
that's it. I just want the comments, right? Even if somebody unlikes the video,
people 0
it's
out of
still
10.
better than shitty comments.
Yeah, 0 out of 10. Would not recommend, people, for sure.
We're doing great tonight.
But I'm definitely like, I want to just like text people. I want to be on the phone. Like, I really like discipleship.
You got
Okay,
water over here?
that's part of what I felt like was missing in the churches was that you go to church. Oh, look, I'm saved, and then they don't really disciple you. They just train you to work at their church. Period.
Or they give you a self-help motivational speech,
Well,
but
yeah,
not a biblical one.
But it's like, it's man-made, all these books. Oh, let's read these books that talk about the Bible. And it's like, no, bro, read the Bible because the Bible is profitable for teaching and training in righteousness.
What about
So, like, when you go to church, everybody ends up hungry. They're like, cool, now what? And they're like, no, that's it. Now you just learn how to work at my church for me and work for my mission. And you're like, but what about this part? And they're like, no, we don't do that here. So I'm really big about discipleship, and like, to me that is more of I'm a woman, right? So like, discipling publicly seems kind of weird, right?
I mean,
but like, interacting with people, like women, I talk to a lot of women all the time, like, and there's a lot of topics out there for discussion. And Kim, I don't know if you have my number. I'm gonna text you because I have your number in the Melaleuca. Oh, I'm not even allowed to say that in the website.
we're not doing that right now.
No, I know, but I'm not. I don't think I'm allowed to say that out loud on the internet publicly.
no.
They don't want it to get like flooded out with the name. Anyways, my point is, I have your information. I'm gonna text you because I don't really get on Facebook anymore, and I am much more of a let's just talk on in person, rather than the frickin' internet putting a video out for like 3 people that might watch it. I'd rather just talk to those 3 people. It could get so much deeper.
You saw, what the hell?
Ew.
Bacon represents holiness.
Oh my
Holy crap, bro. The
gosh.
world is so evil and backwards. I can't, dude. I can't
That's
because
awful.
the Bible clearly says
Do you
that
hear them? The coyotes are going. I heard the coyotes. The dogs are howling.
they're trying to call him in. Yeah. Good night, Wub. Love you, brother. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. Yeah, dude, I'm really kind of taken back at how far off, how unbiblical Christianity has gotten. And
It's just twisted. The more you
it's
learn about
twisted
it,
and the message is really watered down because if you do truth, it breaks their doctrine. You know, truth breaks their doctrine, and without their doctrine, they don't know what their faith is because they don't know where to go with it.
well, and it sucks because like you can really tell by people who like you can talk to somebody and within minutes you know whether they're somebody who is actually interested, whether they actually seek truth, whether they actually want to please God, or if they just are like they don't want to hear anything. Like I feel like you can discern, well, maybe I have the gift of discernment, I don't know. I feel like I can quickly discern who's who, and so I don't have the interest in throwing the, what is it, pearls to the swine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the ones who even just the tiniest bit of interest, the ones who just aren't rude even, I will pour whatever into them. But all the other people are just, they want to
And-
do what they want to do. They
and-
want to be justified in it, and I
and-
don't care.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I'm unintentionally doing is casting the pearls of wisdom that I have before the swine, before the unclean and the abomination of belief. But my goal is that what I'm wearing on my hat when it says fishers of men, that that's I don't feel after witnessing empty. I
I'm
feel
accidentally
full.
calling you Kim. It's me if it comes through.
And I think that one of the things about that is that I'm always looking. Matter of fact, I prayed about it a couple days ago. I was like, Father, you gotta help me find a way to reach people, find different than what I'm doing. I need help. I need help. And if I don't need to do it, I'll stop. But if I need to do it, I'll keep doing it. What do you guys think? I know there's a bunch of people that follow the channel. Do you guys think that I'm doing good works and I should keep doing what I'm doing? Or do you think I should stop?
Damn.
I wanted to hear outside of my own understanding because I feel convicted and right by doing it. I feel that I should be trying to push truth out as much as possible, but not. I'm not trying to cram it down nobody's throat, but I am trying to use this sword of truth and cut all the BS out, and it's not comfortable.
I wish that we could do more discipleship and deeper studying, deeper like stuff on like Patreon, but you can't because you can't charge for discipleship. But like it separates out the, you know, who's kind of in already and who's just scrolling and gonna stop and talk a bunch of crap, you know?
Well, I appreciate that trying to do it, and there is a void, and I agree with that because there's not a lot of channels that are willing to outright battle it up, and just be like, "Nah, it doesn't say that's not the context. Check it out. This is why it's not the context because if that's true, the way you're using it, this doesn't work." And I think that for me, thank you guys for your encouraging words too. By the way, I appreciate it. I really needed the feedback. If somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to stand up and say, "Hey, that's not biblical. That's not what the word says. That contradicts this, and that, and this is why." And it's uncomfortable. And I get a lot. I mean, a lot. I mean, there was probably from the time we dropped that video till yesterday, I probably had 10 or 15 uh, back and forths that were ugly. They were basically just calling me,
Satan.
yeah. They're like Christianese calling me a piece of shit or a false prophet, but not really saying it. Uh, but that's what they did to the disciples. That's what they did to Messiah. That's what they did to the prophets. So what do you expect, right? I just some of you guys that have been on the channel for a while know our story, know the blessings, know the miracles that happen in our life. You guys know where we've come from and how far He's brought us, because this isn't like we did all this mighty, wonderful. No, we didn't, dude. Like He all the way did this for us. He blessed us. He
100%
carried
not
us.
in our flesh.
He buried. He brought us up, and that's not. I can't take credit for it when I know He did it.
I think honestly, I'm just like, what about all the people who are here? Like all the ride or dies that are here. Are they going to get bored if they just hear the same thing over and over and over? And it's like each one, there's like a new subscriber, 5 new subscribers. There's been like what? There's been a high like.
Well, how many's on my channel right now?
There's been a lot. Like there's been some nights where it's been like super high, like new subscribers, right?
23 new
So like
subscribers
it's like
on one live
obviously
stream.
seeds are being planted, but in my brain it's like, well, eventually like our people are gonna go away if we're just on repeat over and over, and they're just like, we know what the definition of sin is.
Okay, so I'll talk. You guys, some of you guys that are on here all the time. So
3.51K.
Okay, so when I look at, we do a lot of repetitive on the verses that we do. My job is to bring people who know there's gray areas, who know there's something wrong in the church, in the assembly they're going to, that are searching for truth. My job is to bring them over to that. My job is not to teach them Torah outside of the little bit that we know. I'm not a teacher in all of that. I can give you examples and how I do it, but I'm not a teacher. My job is to win you over to what biblical truth is. That's it. When it comes to like other stuff, deeper meanings, teachings, like TJ on Bearing the Penic, he's phenomenal. Pastor Joe Fox, Zach Bauer. There's a lot of teachers that are like way better at this than I am, that can break it down and look at all the different stuff. My wife, she's better at it than I am, because they've got the brain to cross reference and pull these things up. I barely can read.
And I'm annoyed, so good luck with that.
So, but the thing is like, this is my call. My calling is to do what I'm doing right now. And if I go on a grindstone deployment, this is the same thing I do. Before we go to work, after we get back from work, on Shabbat, this is all I'm doing, is witnessing to people who have heard a little bit of it. And it's really cool on deployment, because if they're not already doing it or trying to do it, they're curious about it. They've at least heard it. And then I get to float the, hey, so ask questions. And then every time it turns into a really good biblical conversation that is uplifting, and people crowd in around those conversations, and it is very fruitful, and the Spirit moves. And I've witnessed people change from the very first deployment I ever went on, which was Mayfield, Kentucky, in '01. I have watched so many people come to the way. And I love it. When I go to men's retreat, when there's people that are new and don't quite know what it is, or they're like, nah, I'm a Christian, this is cool, but I'm just here for this, and that. Let me at them, buddy. Let me at them, because I cannot help it. And it's one of those things where I can look around, and I've seen this before on deployment and at ministry. I can look around and then I can see somebody that doesn't have the Spirit. I can recognize there's something going on, and that there's something missing in their life. There's something going on, right? And there's this absence of shalom, of peace in their life. And it usually takes about the end of the second day, which is usually towards the end of Shabbat, after we've done Bible studies, after we've done talking and people are cutting loose a little bit, and then they start talking. And then on first day, people are getting baptized. People are getting baptized after the Bible study on Shabbat. People are getting, it's the same thing when we're on deployment too. I have seen, hanging out with the people that I hang out with, doing the stuff that we do, I have seen dozens, if not hundreds, of people baptized for sure, and helped dozens of people get baptized, like with them, dunking them in the water with my brothers. And that to me is like super awesome. And I used to not think nothing about it, but when I baptize somebody, I make sure that they understand if you're being baptized for the remitting of sins and repenting and a sign of your salvation that you believe and that you're turning your life over to Him, you better know what sin is. You better know what it is so that you don't immediately go back to it. We got some questions on here, love. I need your help.
Emily says, "What do you think about slavery in the Bible?" I'm trying to gather notes to debate because that one comes up a lot.
So, slavery in the Bible, there's two different types of slavery. One is when they took some like evil people that were like heathen type of people, and they took them as slaves. And then the other one is where you take a brother as a slave because you pay off a debt that he can't pay, and he comes and he works for you for 6 years, and on the seventh year you release him from that debt, and he can stay if he wants or he can go. But the way that the father commands his people to treat slaves is not crappy. It's treating them good, and they're not really. It's not really the same way that we look at slavery here in
like
America.
everybody had slaves back then. It wasn't like God's like, "Oh, if you're my people, here, have slaves." It's like
Yeah.
everybody had slaves, but He made rules about how to do it appropriately.
Also, it was really a whole different culture. So it's not the same culture that we have today.
Kind of like marriages. It's like we have one marriage here, one like husband and wife. But like back then, they had multiple wives,
And
right?
concubines.
And concubines and whoever else. So like the father gave guidelines for how to do that correctly.
He gave them guidelines how to navigate in the system that they were already operating in.
Yeah.
So he wasn't saying, yeah, have all these things. He's saying, if you do these things, then you need to do it like this.
Yeah. It's like why when Yeshua's like, why when they were like, oh, he says because Moses, or because of your hardness of hearts, Moses allowed you to sign a certificate of divorce, but in the beginning it was not
Go
so.
to Leviticus for me, 25, 44 through 46. We're going to have to read before and after because the context is before and after.
If your brother becomes poor beside you and sells himself to you, you shall not make him serve as a slave. He shall be with you as a hired worker and a sojourner.
Mm-hmm.
He shall serve with you until the year of the Jubilee. Then he shall go out from you, and he and his children with him, and go back to his own clan and return to the possession of his fathers, for they are my servants.
Does it say Jubilee? What translation are you in?
ESV. The Jubilee is the 7 sevens. That's 49.
That's saying...
The Jubilee year is the 7th Shemitah year.
Yeah, I understand, but he's going to work with you for 50 years? That's what it sounds like it's saying.
He shall serve with you until the year of the Jubilee. So the year of release is the Jubilee?
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's out of context.
I don't know.
It's every 7 years.
Then he shall go out from you, he and his children with him, and go back to his own clan and return to the possession of his fathers. For they are my servants, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as slaves. You shall not rule over him ruthlessly, but shall fear your God. As for your male and female slaves whom you have, you may buy male and female slaves from among the nations that are around you. You may also buy from among the strangers who
So they're buying them. They're not taking them. They purchased them at a price for a specific reason. Now go ahead.
Who have been born in the you may also buy from among the strangers who sojourn with you and their clans that are with you, who have been born in your land, and they may be your property. You may bequeath them to your sons after you inherit as a possession. You may make slaves of them, but over your brothers, the people of Israel, you shall not rule one over another ruthlessly.
So, and here's the thing: is when people abused their slaves, it didn't go well for them. Also, people would buy slaves. People were sold into slavery because their families could not take care of them. And so they would sell their, hey, go work. These guys are going to work for you. When you became a slave in that culture, you got food, you got shelter, you got what you needed so that you could continue to work. It's not the same way that we look at it, like the way that the Asians were treated here in America, or the African Americans were treated here, or the Irish were treated here. They were treated subhuman.
But that's
Terrible.
not, they were not God's people. That's why he gives rules for owning slaves.
Yeah. And
like,
that was part of the
has
culture
always
then
been
too.
a thing. It's like right now we only have these small little pieces of like, oh my God, slavery is so bad. It's like
It is in modern times. It's terrible.
Right, but it's always been a thing. So like, if you're not God's people and you're part of the world and you own slaves, you're gonna treat them however.
Yeah.
But if you're Yah's people, like if I had to be a slave for somebody, I would want it to be Yah's people, because they have rules for how to treat them. You know what I mean? Let me see. No, it's not it's every 7 years the servant becomes released and they get to go back to their land.
Yeah, I think that
Their
translation
debt is
says
paid off.
Jubilee, but it's not. It's not.
Oh yeah, I was gonna look that up.
Yeah, I think that's a misprint in that translation, because it's
The
definitely.
year of Yovel in the scriptures. That's the Jubilee.
Is it? But there's other ones that say after 7 years.
Yeah, the year release is the 7 years. That's for like
Everything,
Yeah, I don't
for
know
your
why.
debt, for all the things.
Yeah.
That's
I
why I
don't know
don't.
why it says the Jubilee.
Yeah,
I'll have to look into that.
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, think about that, Dana. We'll have slaves at the second Exodus. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a Torah for that. I mean, imagine people like coming to realize that the world is chaos, falling apart. They don't have anything, and they're like, "What can I do? I'll be your servant." You know what I mean?
I'll
like,
come work if you take care of me.
like that's the same.
So that's still, you can't treat people bad, because
Right.
you got to love your neighbor.
Right, and there's rules about treating them.
Yeah, and like how you treat your servants it's super important. A lot of it is conduct of an Israelite. It's how you are to be a good headship and stewardship to your blessings. And if you have servants that are blessings to you, that is not something that you should abuse or treat badly.
Versus Jubilee. Sabbatical and Jubilee cycles. Hold on. Because Britt Bannery says Jubilee is all debts every 50, but every 7, isn't it also your debts?
Every 7 is which is called the Shemitah year. There's a year of release, which is when you let the land rest, and if you have outstanding debts with somebody, their debts are wiped clean.
You hear the coyotes?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Are they close?
Mm-hmm. You want to go out there and do some stuff?
Hold on. At the end of every 7 years, you shall grant a release, and this is the manner of the release. Every creditor shall release what he has lent to his neighbor. He shall not exact it from his neighbor, because the Lord release has been proclaimed. Hold on. I gotta open it to see more, because I need to see what it says.
What's that sound?
Of a foreigner you may exact it, but whatever is yours is with your brothers. Your hand shall release, but there will be no poor among you. Hold on.
Interesting.
That sounds weird out there. The 7th. Oh, So that's the debt.
Roxy, you want to get them?
Because you don't want to. Okay, so that's debt.
And get some coyotes and kill them?
Oh, yeah. If your brother, a Hebrew
No,
man or
okay.
Hebrew woman, is sold to you, he shall serve you 6 years, and in the 7th year you shall let him go free. And when you let him go free from you, you shall not let him go empty-handed.
Ah, this is the blessing part.
You shall furnish him liberally out of your flock, out of your threshing floor, and out of your winepress. As the Lord your God has blessed you, you shall give to him. You shall remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and the Lord your God redeemed you. Therefore I command you this today. But if he says, I will not go out from you, because he loves you and your household, since he is well off with you, then you shall take an awl and put it through his ear into the door, and he shall be your slave forever.
And that's if he chooses to.
Right.
Right? They'll pierce his ear on the doorpost with an awl.
So 7 years you can let your servant go.
On the 7th year, yeah.
That's why we're confused about why that one that we read earlier specifically says Jubilee instead of Shemitah. And it's like, imagine, like, he's like, hey, if you want to stay with him because you love him, it's like, we were slaves. Yeshua was our master, is our master. We had a debt we couldn't pay.
Yep.
We are his servants, but we have chosen to stay with him, although we have been freed to be able to leave him.
So that's the thing, is he's atoned for us.
Right.
Right? There's a bunch. What do you think about Exodus 23:32? Oh, that's a good question.
Where is it? I'm going to it.
I gotta go check. You want to talk to the peoples? Here. There you go. There you go. Jammy time.
I'm in my pajamas.
Cover your
I was
hips.
just sitting here on the fat. I was just sitting here playing cards with Sammy, and then he's like, "I'm going live." Okay, hold on. Exodus. Oh, she tripped. Exodus 23. He's trying to. That was Jody trying to call the coyote. He took Roxy out. Oh my god. Can you guys hear him? Okay, so 32. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys hear him. 23:32. Do not make a covenant with them, nor their mighty ones. What does that? I mean, what do you make? It means don't make deals with strangers. Don't make deals with people that are not with Yah. Let them not dwell in your land, lest they make you sin against me. I mean, over and over, he talks about not letting the coexist bumper stickers, right? He was pretty much a big advocate of like, don't do that. Because it's little leaven leavens the whole lump. So if you start letting all these relationships intertwine with different belief systems, then you're going to lose sight of his for sure. What was the other one? Deuteronomy 15. Oh, is that the one we were looking for earlier? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, he was trying to call coyotes. I'm like having a good chat with the oats. Yeah, he's just out there. He took Roxy out. Roxy's our hunter. So the other dogs, like we have a Anatolian. He's good at just like running stuff off, fighting, biting, whatever, barking really intensely. And then we have like, I don't know, probably a Pyrenees mix. I don't know what she is, but she's pretty goofy. She just does whatever she wants. And then we have the, I think he's border collie. He's pretty good at alerting, but he barks at every single car driving by. And then Roxy's our inside dog. She's
Hey,
She's
how's
a
it going? Welcome
game
back
hound.
to Buckets and Bibles.
She's a game hound, so she likes hunting small game, but she loves hunting, so it doesn't matter what it is. If we say like, "What is it?" or "What is that?" or "Get it," she's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
she
we got
searches.
we got Missy Mice in the house, and I can turn her loose, and we can go hunting in the house, and she'll dig inside the couch or underneath something or in the closet.
Ow.
Doesn't matter what it is. She's all about it. She'll push chairs out of the way. She's cool. Also, she's super smart. She like climbs ladders.
Yeah, she heard me squeal up in the semi-trailer yesterday.
Oh, she came running?
She friggin' tried to climb up the ladder to get me.
Yeah.
I used the ladder to get in.
Yeah, she's climbed it plenty of times. It just takes her a
It was
minute.
up. Like
Oh,
this,
it was
though.
all sketch.
Yeah, it was all the way up.
Yeah, she's not gonna do it if it's
No.
sketchy. What do we got on here?
Sounded like you were having a good coyote chat out there.
Me?
Yeah, I was hoping they could hear you.
Oh, I was just trying to get him to call. I only got one to call, and then there was a dog too barking back at me off in the distance. Maybe because they might be
Because
hunting them.
they've been out back there, and the other night they were going and going. I went and listened. They were all the way out there, but when they came back, I was hearing other dogs barking out there.
So when they come back all cut up, it's not from a mountain lion. It's from pigs.
Well, I don't think they were cut up. My point is I was hearing.
I'm just saying.
When they got back, there was dogs barking out there.
Sup, sober
Jay
party?
the coyote whisperer. That's right. He is like the animal whisperer, dude. It's weird. He's like, yeah, animals like him. He's gonna rule and subdue the earth for sure.
Yeah,
I heard a rat up in this attic yesterday and was just like, no, go away. And I was like, you know what? I bet you that would work.
Yeah, you probably.
I bet you it would work to just be like, that's enough. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Do you agree with Solomon's opinion about what? Solomon had a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
Solomon.
Bummer.
Oh, somebody says I'm cute.
Yeah, we saw it already.
I'm cute.
Hip. Come on.
Oh,
You want me to
man.
move my leg? There you go.
It's 9:41, man.
I like it though.
But it's also Monday, not Friday. But it's also Monday.
Somebody got on here and they're all, "Yep, they're definitely preppers." I don't know. Is there something about this?
It's the shed.
Does this shelf look preppery?
It's like I have canning stuff. That's it. I have canning stuff and kitchen stuff, so that makes us
What's
preppers.
back there? I mean, is it?
Or
it does not even look preppery.
Or it
I mean,
could
this
be,
one kind of looks preppery.
Maybe that one too, but that's not ours.
Yeah.
Maybe it could just be that they don't realize that we don't have all of our kitchen cabinets yet, so part of our kitchen supplies are just existing in the big room on shelves.
Yeah, we got shelves. I think on Patreon I did some stuff. You know what? I might have done some videos and then not even posted them.
Nice. You should probably do that.
Yeah, I probably should.
Ooh.
They're not plastic. They're metal.
I wonder if you could see this if you're not in the group.
What's up, George?
Where's your phone? Oh, just kidding.
It's right there.
Oops.
Oh, I cannot.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. But I sent it to you anyways, looking for a contractor. We'll finish our hallway flooring.
Yeah, I got plenty of that, but I don't put it on camera a lot. I have on a couple times. It's funny too because I got like barrels of food, which are stupid, by the way. If you have no other way to store it, do it. But they're so hard to move.
Oh, wow. Okay, let me get back into the pop-out chat before I get distracted about on the freaking Facebook.
What did Saucin say here?
What?
Cotton just said
Beard
something.
plus shelf equals prepper. Internet math.
Oh, word. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see the buckets. There's a reason for that. Shalom, Dylan Bibles.
What's up, yo?
Yeah, but hopefully we see Bibles. We don't have the buckets in here, but we have the Bibles in here. Can you hear the gas coming out? Can you light it with the other lighter?
I can.
At least you'll have extra fuel. You just need if your spark on one lighter works and the other spark doesn't. There you go. See? More lighters.
It looks cool on the camera.
Earthquake predictors history. I don't know what that means, but I did realize today that the reason all the earthquakes are going to be happening is because people are going to mess with the earth so much that it's not going to be able to like withstand itself anymore.
I can't not.
Stop!
Bro.
Oh my God!
Listen, if you got like a thumbnail or a fingernail or a toenail, I just want to press on the end of it.
And he like goes this way. He like pulls it this way. So I'll like hold his hand and he'll like start pushing on my nails, and it's one of my like sensory issues.
Also, if you like earthquake stuff, check out Dutch Sense. He's definitely got a tinfoil hat, and I like him a lot. Yeah, renting a storage unit. Yeah, I was at a point one time when I lived in Pacific Northwest, and even when we were doing camper life, it was really tough. I actually got a full-size van just so I could pack it full of our preps. At one point when we were living at a campground in our camper, it was excellent.
All right, there you go. You're getting tagged in it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, if you can't get your hands on it in 15 minutes, it ain't yours. And the only thing I don't like about storage stuff is some places are 24-hour and some are not. But man, I would hate to be loading up all that stuff and let somebody see it. That would just make me nuts.
What do you think of being gay? I think it's unnatural.
Who said that?
Ethan Davidson.
Like
it's
a long
unnatural,
time ago?
and there's a reason why it births that feeling inside of us. So there's something inside of us that needs to be realigned. And I also think that it's just like another form of lust or coping. You know?
That shit's all learned behavior in the world.
And it does say that they refused to acknowledge him, so he gave them to a debased mind to do what is unnatural. Where is it?
Hold on. I think that you should really check out what it talks about.
Rapture.
Yeah, with the rapture stuff.
Whoa.
Because if you look at who actually gets raptured and plucked out of the earth, it's not the good people, it's the bad people. And pre-tribulation is not biblical anyhow.
Which means you're gonna need food preps during the tribulation, probably.
Yeah. Now, will we be called up into the clouds with Messiah right before the bowls of wrath are poured out? Absolutely.
But we're going somewhere with him. It's not like we're just going up to heaven and disappearing.
We're just sitting there, and then we're coming right back down to earth because that's where he's coming. There's going to be a new heaven and a new earth, right? Because the earth's going to get smoked.
Beam me up, Scotty. We're literally just being transferred.
Before that happens,
or something.
When people are being plucked from the earth, look at what it talks about with the angels that are reaping the earth, and then look at the prophecies that it talks about. Will you look that up? Where it says that. Well, it talks about it in I want to say it's Proverbs, or maybe not Proverbs, maybe it's Psalms, and it talks about people being an angel pulling people up, taking people up, and it totally matches with what you hear in Revelations.
Well, and also, like, remember, he's like, should we pull all the wheat up? And he's like, nah, we'll just wait, right? Like, it's like wait, and then because you don't want to pull it, but there's like multiple like harvests going on.
Yeah, it's pretty
There's the
interesting.
sickles that's going on. There's blood filling. There's like
Oh, it's
there's
so
a
bad.
lot of different things. So to say like, oh, don't worry, guys, that's gonna get bad, but we won't be here. We're just gonna be twinkling our toes in heaven. It's like, no. You're
Heaven's
gonna be
coming to
here-
earth.
You're going to be for tribulation. Yeshua's going to come down. We'll see him on the clouds, possibly be brought up with him, maybe. Or we just meet him where he's at. Or he literally is transporting us to where he's going, which is going to probably be Jerusalem. So anyways, yeah, no rapture happening. So, I mean, but either way, food preps may not just be for us.
Yeah,
because
food preps are probably going to
we'll
be
still
for
probably feed-
loving your neighbor like you
Mhm.
love yourself, and being a good steward
and having a
to
sense
the
of
Father's
bartering
people.
abilities.
Yeah.
But
There's going to be famines, earthquakes, and disease, because you can see that very clearly in just Matthew 24, but you can also see it during the seals that are, and then during trumpets. It's going to be bad.
I got my sleep patches finally. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, Ben, never mind. You got it. What's Matthew 13:49? What's that say?
I'm not you. I don't know. I can't. It's so frustrating to even try to find anything in this book.
Why?
But doesn't that idea defeat the Lord's pattern of rescuing the righteous, starting from Noah, then Abraham and Lot, and onward from there? He already rescued us from eternal separation, but it says that you will be killed for my name's sake.
Hold on. Let me just read it to him. It's in the Gospels. Jesus says it himself. It says after the tribulation.
So you're talking
after the tribulation.
There's also going to be a seal on the people of Yah.
Hold on, Matthew
so that
24.
the certain I think bowls of wrath are not going to harm them. Right?
Yeah, it says don't do it. Don't do it. Like during trumpets, it's like don't harm the earth until my people are sealed.
Yeah.
So in Matthew 24, let me get to it really quick. I'll try to give you the verse so you can look for yourself. But in Matthew 24, talks about don't look. If they're saying the time would be shortened. Let's see. Where's it at? Hold on. It's a lot to read. It's a lot. There's so much. I want to stop all the time. There's going to be false prophets. So
rise against Israel, kingdom against kingdom.
Okay, here we go. So it's I got it. So why don't you read from 26 down, and it's like around 30. So it's Matthew 24,
okay,
30,
listen,
36.
Hold on.
So we're going to read it really quick.
Just
and then,
for the sake of you knowing what's going on right now, this guy says, I'm sad, just wrecked my car, read me a verse to feel good.
There
and
is
now
no
we're
verse.
now we're about to read about
read it. Read it. Just read it.
Times.
This is your feel good, this is your feel good verse right here.
Which one did you say? 22?
Yeah, just start in 22.
Well, I'll start at 21.
Fine.
For then there shall be great distress, such as not had been since the beginning of the world until this time, nor ever shall be. And if those days were not shortened, no flesh would be saved. But for the sake of the chosen ones, those days shall be shortened. If anyone then says to you, look, here is the Messiah, or there, do not believe. For false messiahs and false prophets shall arise, and they shall show great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the chosen ones. See, I have forewarned you. So if they say to you, look, he is in the desert, do not go out. Or look, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe. For as lightning comes from the east and shines to the west, so also shall be the coming of the Son of Adam be. For wherever the dead body is,
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
there the vultures shall be gathered together. And immediately after the distress of those days.
So after the distress of those, after the tribulation, after it's worse than it's ever been.
Also, it talks about the freaking
Hold on.
abomination of desolation,
Hold
wars,
on.
famines,
It
earthquakes.
says after that, you're going to do what?
What?
What's it say? After the distress of those days, what's it say?
The sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars shall fall from the heavens, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then the sign of the Son of Adam shall appear in the heavens, and then all the tribes of the earth shall mourn, and they shall see the Son of Adam coming on the cloud of heaven with power and much esteem. And he shall send his messengers with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his chosen ones from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other.
So we get called up when Messiah comes in the sky after the tribulation. That's what the Bible says. So the doctrine about pre-trib rapture is not biblical. And rapture's not, that word's not even in the Bible. So that's a man-made doctrine.
Read the Bible and pray. That would be great, Tony the Tiger said. You know what's funny, though, is that I read that as, like, I think it's The Office. If you could just read your Bibles and pray, that would be great. What did he do that of getting the report in or something?
I don't remember.
What's this stream about? Bible, preparedness,
homesteading,
marriage, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
all
it
kinds of
happens
stuff.
to lead into that night.
Your toes are tempting me.
Stop it. I'm about to cover him with socks. Sound like a weirdo.
Yeah, we will go through.
You sound like such a weirdo right now.
Good.
Lumberg, that's right.
So we will
GPS
be here for the tribulation. The tribulation, it's going to test our faith. It's going to build our faith, but we have to have perseverance because it says those that persevere to the end shall be saved, right? So like you got to make it.
It also says, here's the call for the endurance of the saints, those who hold to the testimony of Yeshua and do the commands of God.
Yeah, that's what it says in Revelations. And so like in Revelations,
the endurance.
Yeah.
We need endurance.
Yeah, it means that you're going to have to go through some stuff.
Have you seen my stapler?
Mm-hmm. That's not the office, though.
No, that's Office Space.
Oh, Office Space. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They know what it is.
Whatever, bro.
They know what it is.
That would be great.
That would be great.
I hate that guy.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, dude, this scene where he's rapping.
I like when it's playing the gangster music
and
they're smashing on, and they're smashing on the printer.
Yeah, I was talking about the one where he's in the car and he's got the music blasting, and the black dude walks by and he like turns the music down.
And then he goes back to being a gangster.
Yeah, no amount of discomfort can compare to an eternity separated from God. You know what's weird is that people don't even mind being separated from him now while they're alive here. And this place is already miserable. So imagine like when it gets worse without God in it and it's eternity.
In that amount of darkness, we will be the light.
We're not interested in Islam. Thank you though. But have you heard of Yeshua? Yeah, that's right. God doesn't remove you from hard times. He shepherds you through them. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's like one of the things is like people think that, oh, you just believe in God, you believe in Jesus, and now your whole life is going to be all rainbows and butterflies. And it's like, no, false. You're about to go through boot camp. And hardcore spiritual boot camp.
They hated him first and persecuted him first, so you're going to have the same thing, and it's an honor to go through that.
Yep. And it says he reproves those whom he loves, right? So if we're in error, he corrects us. That means he loves us. He's with us. He's walking with us because he wants us to learn how to lean on him and not the world. He wants us to turn to him and his peace and his wisdom, his knowledge, his power, rather than going to the world. So we have to learn how to be stripped of our worldly armor.
Well, and that's the thing is it's in the worst case scenario, where's your faith at?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, raising your children up in the way so when they're older, they don't depart from it. It's so that it's ingrained in who they are as a person. And we didn't have that, right? But our kids are going to have that.
And like they're aware, like maybe some might think this is twisted, but they are aware that like we are not more important than Yeshua.
Yeah,
if somebody has a freaking knife to my neck and you have to denounce Yeshua, don't. Like, let me go.
Yep.
It won't be it's like this is temporary. You know what I'm saying?
Also, it's an honor.
Yeah. Like it's okay. Like the way that they understand that like the world has got nothing to offer us, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all temporary. It all goes away.
It'll be a blip
Yep.
like that. Just like that. In all of time and eternity, it'll just be a little blip. So
But then think of Peter. He's like, "No, Lord, I'll never freaking deny you."
Yep.
And then he did it. He's like, "Oh."
So that's to show us how weak people
Yep.
are.
Yep.
No matter if you've seen it up close in
Yep.
front, how weak we will be. And that's part of training your mind and being firm in the word and in your faith. He wasn't prepared for what was going to happen. He wasn't ready to let go.
Yeah.
He was unprepared in his heart.
Yep.
He was unprepared. And I think
he didn't want to accept it.
He wasn't ready to die.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that's the point is your heart has to be okay with it.
We are not Islam. We are Bible believers.
Who's saying that? Where's that
You have
at?
to be Islam, dear brother and sister, because you are a good family. They said up here something about science proves Islam.
No,
Muhammad's
a false prophet, homie.
Science actually proves the Bible, but some of Islam stems from biblical things.
Well, how do they say it in that language where they call God?
Allah.
Allah. The Allah you serve is not the same one that I serve that's in the Bible. It's not the same thing. And the way that you view Yeshua is not the way we view him. He's the Son of the Most High.
With all authority.
The Creator made flesh that has come to redeem. And in your doctrine, he's just coming back as a prophet to judge people, which is funny because out of all the prophets, he's the only one that's just, it's a made up religion, man. Yeah, Islam's trash.
You don't need to follow some random prophet to tell you how to read the Bible. Just read the whole Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ishmael and Isaac.
Ishmael didn't get the inheritance, man. And that's just all there is to it.
What's his name? Hagar's son? No, that was, Ishmael.
Yeah. And that's the biggest argument. It says read the Bible, but then when we bring that up, they're like, oh.
Yeah, breaking generational curses for sure. You know, it's like, I think when I look at my upline, right, my family upline, it's like my mom had love. She came to her faith late, but she came to her faith while I was still young. My grandma came to her faith late. And so, like, I was late, but my kids are young, right? So they've been pretty much raised in it. They don't remember Christmas. They don't remember Halloween. They don't remember any of that. They only remember Torah. And so, like,
they love Sukkot. They love Passover.
Yeah, they look forward to Shabbat every week. It's like exciting for them when it's Friday. It's like it's day of prep. You know?
They don't have to do no chores. They get to just chill out. You know, they get to see their friends at fellowship. It's great. You know.
And like to us, like it says raise them in the way they should go, and when they're older, they will not depart from it. And I remember having a lot of like Christian people who didn't really believe that verse because, oh well, you don't really have a say in what they do when they're older, right? But to me, it's like, if you don't raise them in the way, then there's no truth for them to like look for. How do they find truth? How do they believe in God if all this stuff is not lining up, and you can't, everything's picking and choosing, there's no concrete answers about anything. And so in this understanding, like, I hope that they, like, I mean, they know, like, about marriage, right? Like, they know that eventually they're going to be married, and each one of them is trying to learn, like, it's an appropriate, like, tool when we're discussing, like, discipline or something with them. Like, I can clearly communicate, like, someday, like with my son, someday you're going to have a family, and you're going to have to get up, and you're going to have to go work, you know what I mean, and provide for your family, and you're not going to be able to, like, people are not going to be waiting on you hand and foot. You're going to have to work really hard. My daughter, it's like, you're going to have to learn to get your sass under control and not be a smart mouth, you know what I mean? Like, she's so helpful, she's so sweet, she loves helping.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is like, we teach them that they got to love him more than us, and we teach them that the blessings and everything that we have isn't because we went and worked so hard
Right.
for it, and it's ours. It's all blessings from him. Like the work that we get,
Yep.
the fact that our bills are paid, all of it's from him.
And
It's
they're
not we just
aware.
earned our way somehow. Now we have to participate, of course, but everything that we have and don't have is a blessing or something from him. And when we go through lean times like we are right now, where things are really lean, that's okay. It strengthens my faith and my walk. It helps me to remember to stay focused on him. It pulls me out of I immediately I'm a human, so I want to go into fear and doubt and worry. And then I immediately is like, I can't live in these things because now I'm going to get depressed. Now I'm going to start having this. Now I'm going to start getting angry. All of it's going to come out sideways if I don't stay in faith. And that's it.
But they watch too. The kids watch that. Like, we include them in, like, we went to somebody's house. It was a big old house, and we left to go back to our little camper. And they were coveting. And we had a talk with them, like, our living situation is in the hands of the Father. We're doing everything we can, but, like, we're not, if we get a place that's not a camper, it's going to be because Yah
Made
a way, right? And so we can pray for it, but in the meantime, we need to make sure we're being a good steward of what we already have.
And grateful for what we have.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you how many times I came home to this little bitty fifth wheel that
Mhm.
all five of us and the dog packed into.
Yeah.
And it was grateful that we had our own place to lay our
With a
heads.
shower.
And we got
And it's your bed.
And yeah, and it was like, at least it's ours.
Yep.
You know, and at least it's something he's blessed us with. We have something that we're taking care of. And
But
it's huge.
It was shortly after that night, I think, because I told the kids, pray about it. But in the meantime, it says fishers of men. In the meantime, let's be good stewards. If you can be responsible with little, you can be trusted with much, right? So let's not forsake what we have because it's not what we want. Let's be good stewards of what we already have. And then we all prayed about it and asked the Father for his will to be done. And we asked if we could get a new place. And me and Jody went on this, like, we tried to make it happen, and we couldn't make it happen no matter what, logically. And then shortly after was when the Father brought this house to us.
Yep.
And so the kids were a part of, we don't covet, we be grateful with what we have, we pray for provision, we do a good job with, until then, we be grateful, and we ask him for his provision.
Yeah.
And then he provided, and that was like, they were literally like, praise Yah!
Yeah, so, and that's the thing, is the kids were so excited, and they could see the miracle of it because they saw us struggle with it. They saw us really try to find a way and get our hopes up to a degree. We were like, oh man, maybe this is it. And then, oh, it didn't work out. Dang, man. Well, we'll figure it out. It'll be all right. And they saw that, and then they saw the other side of it. So the kids are witnessing something in their parents that we didn't get to see.
They get to see faith in action.
Yeah, they get to see faith in action, and they get to see the reward of faithfulness.
Provision and blessing.
Yeah, provision, blessing, like
in
all
doing
the things.
what he says, not just like, oh, I believe in God, I want him to bless me, but like blessing for obedience to what he said. When we do what he says, he always shows up. He always does insane works.
Yeah, and it's not like we're like over the top good. I struggled on Shabbat because I wanted to justify in my mind making a fire. Well, it's not like they had to make a fire. I'm
Yeah.
not like rubbing sticks together. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I had to tell myself,
I
no,
went through
we're
the
not
same
doing
thing.
that. And I was like, I'm not doing it. And because of the little bit of faith that we have, his blessing and love is through the roof
Yep.
on just the smallest things that you would think no, but like he wants our character to not be shaken for comfort and for all the different things that the world says, oh, it's fine, it's no big deal. But
That's
like,
why when people say like, "Oh, well, I have to work on Shabbat because I really need this job." It's like, I promise you, I'm not telling you to go leave your job, but if you are convicted about keeping Shabbat and if you go talk to your work and say, "Hey, I can't work on Saturday anymore. It's a religious conviction. I cannot work on Sabbath," right? And they somehow fire you, the Father's not going to leave you hanging. He's not going to leave you hanging when you stepped out in obedience and in faith. You know what I mean? Like, doing only what we're comfortable with
it doesn't
is
mean that it's not going to be hard times and you're not going to lose stuff because that's part of the journey.
But in the end, it results such good fruit.
Look at Job.
Yeah.
Look at Job's faithfulness, all the just shit that he went through.
Yeah.
It was so bad. He lost everything, his family, his riches, all this stuff, and he stayed faithful. And then he got all the way plus back up because of his faithfulness at the end.
I mean, but listen, we've left our entire house, right? We've got rid of all of our house, our boats, our cars, all of our stuff, trying to walk with him, right? He repaid back now in a way better way.
Okay, so
we've also lost children.
So we'll do just a smidge of testimony. So most of you guys know, maybe not everybody, most of you guys know that where we came from was a very checkered past. So I was an outlaw biker, freaking drug addict, homeless, just piece of crap, thief. I did bad stuff to bad people and good people, and I was just bad. And all I was just a useless junkie. And the journey coming from some homeless dope fiend to just become a human, I fought tooth and nail after getting cleaned up. His mercy getting cleaned up. I fought tooth and nail to try to fight for a life that I thought we wanted, which was the nice house in the suburbs with the white picket fence and the 2 brand new finance cars, boat in the driveway, leather furniture, big screens, all the tools in the garage, in the really nice neighborhood out of the ghetto. I fought tooth and nail to get that. And when he changed our hearts, our whole life pivoted, and we sold all of that and bought a camper and started traveling the country and ended up in Arkansas and then Oklahoma. We went back to Oregon for a short stay and came back, but COVID happened. It was way too weird on the West Coast. But in that obedience, in that journey, what we gave up, he has blessed us tenfold back. So even though you lose and it's tough times, he still makes it right. I don't know if that's like the right way to say it. He still somehow does the impossible and makes something happen that's even better than what you could have imagined. Shalom, Sasson. Or Tristan or whoever's going.
Look, they finally got engaged.
Who? Oh. They're doing the thing finally,
Yay.
huh? Sweet.
Sorry, I disappeared for a second. I'm back.
Yeah, I just lost some stuff, but my identity was in that stuff. It was like it was part of what defined me at that point, but I had to give that up to follow him.
And it's so funny too, because now it's like all that stuff has been replaced, but different.
Yeah.
It's like
way better.
It's like, hey, here's a big pontoon boat, but this is for you to go make money and don't use it as an idol. You know, like
yeah,
here is a truck, but this is a work truck.
yeah,
So you can provide for your family. Here's a house, but this is for, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
housing
This is so
people
you
and-
could steward
Yeah.
the people that you love and take care of your family. It's like,
he takes it away to teach us how to use it properly before he can reinstate it.
yeah. Yeah, it does. And so I have lost everything multiple times in my life. This time I had to willingly give it all up, though, which is totally different than losing it all. Because I've lost it all under different circumstances. But this time I had to make a conscious effort to let it all go. And it was quite the ride.
Mm-hmm. And now it's like when we get stuff, we know that like it's not for us. It's hold on, it's not for us. It's for like when we first started, you know, trying to get our heads out of our butts, we needed help.
Yes, trying and doing for sure.
We needed help, and a lot of people helped us, whether it be with vehicles or whatever, like letting us borrow a vehicle, letting us stay at their house, use their bathtub when we were in a camper, whatever.
Yeah.
And so now we may not be balling where we could just throw money at people, but I have a freaking bathtub, and I know a lot of people who live in campers who have like.
And we have people come stay here.
Yeah.
We're able to host.
We have a wood stove. If your power goes out and you're cold, like we have a way, like, oh, if you want to come over and cook, like let's go cook in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like what we do have, we'll get rides to people, or you know, like I want to get this Denali working because then we'd be able to have like a spare vehicle if somebody ended up needing it. You know, like
the point is I fought for a life that I thought like a normal life, right? Like the American dream kind of thing. Like, you know, you're gonna have the family and the things and the boat and the cars and the house, like all this stuff, and we gave it all up to follow him. And that's really the point. It wasn't hard for me or her to do that.
Yeah.
It was just part of our journey. It was like we knew it was okay and we trusted him. But look, because we trusted him and we went on this journey, he still brought it back around for us, and like 100 times over in so many different ways.
But like if this house wasn't here, it wouldn't make us be like, oh, are you mad at us, Father? Like we would still trust him. We know, like we trust him at this point enough to know that he knows what he's doing, right? He can intervene anytime to do. He can make anything. He made me and this freaking girl show up at Walmart at the same day, literally the same day that she texted me. In God's timing, we'd be able to see each other, and we showed up at Walmart within a couple hours in front of each other, parked right next to each other.
Guess that's his timing.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like he is absolutely capable of arranging the show. So like if we lose this house, if a fire, tornado, whatever, if any of it happens, we won't be like, why didn't you protect us? We know him enough to know that like he's not leaving it. He's not going to leave us hanging. It may be hard right now, but like he's there. We need to turn to him. You know what I mean?
Did you enjoy that cheese I gave you?
I did. I ate all of it. I didn't eat any of it. I ate all that cheese by myself.
Well, I think we've been on here for a while, so we're probably gonna jump off.
It's Monday.
Este lunes.
Who are you? Somebody said, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is sovereign over everything.
Yeah, he is.
Thankful to be warm and having running water in the freezes we've had. Spent some camper time boiling water for baths and dishes. Man.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for this wood stove for sure.
You know what we had in the camper that was excellent right at the end?
Yeah.
That instant hot water heater.
Yeah.
That thing was a miracle. I should probably go get that, huh?
Yeah, we could probably try it and use it here.
I think
because power goes out, no hot water. Well, we won't have water because the well's electric.
Yeah, but I've got a pump that'll run water for us anyhow.
Okay.
Yeah, that I can run off a 12-volt battery.
I don't know. Watching The Walking Dead, they got that hand pump on the well, and I'm like, I think we should build a well with a hand pump just for the sake of emergencies.
Well, so you can just buy a hand pump top to put on it. Just got to get a check valve for it.
You're a check valve.
You look like a check valve.
Tristan
I don't know
says,
if it'll work.
Tristan says I have an instant hot water heater. Got my 2-stage regulator in the other day.
Nice. So the instant hot water heater that I like that they sell on Amazon, it's like between $500 and $700. I think how you would pronounce it is Fugatti. And it sounds Italian, like Fugazi, which is like fake, but Fugatti, right?
Imagine that fire went out.
But it's an excellent. And I've used it on a bunch of off-grid cabins, at least 3 or 4 of them, and my camper. They're bomb, and they work really, really, really good. And it's on demand. They're pretty efficient. So I think it's one of the Fugazi.
Are
uh,
you a plumber?
yeah. I'm
Also,
a plumber, electrician, a roofer,
painter.
painter, apprentice carpenter, a builder. Not a concrete guy, but a tile guy for sure. Um, also a shade tree mechanic. What else? Do a lot of things.
Lot
Lots.
of things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna shalom alanch.
Yeah, shalom alanch.
Jody does everything. That's why I pay him.
I don't hate concrete. I've only done a small amount of it. So like I get the concept, but I'm not a finisher. And I'm not a big concrete form guy. So like there's just minimal experience I have. Like I could probably do a driveway, but it ain't gonna turn out like
Living Kadosh,
pros.
who is that and where are you? Because I might have some work for you, brother.
Oh yeah, well let me know, man.
What's the email?
Yeah. Buckets and Bibles at iCloud.com.
Boop.
Yeah, you can screenshot that or go back and write it down, pause the video, whatever you want to do. But that'll be, yeah, if you want to reach out via email. If you need counseling, if you got Bible questions, homestead questions, if you need some like consulting on off-grid living, bug out stuff, any of it, you guys can hit me up. That's my email in the thing there. Loud Presence just put it on there. So let me know. Anyhow, shalom, Blanche. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on Friday for sure.
Check you later.
That's it. Love you guys. Bye.